Hello, ladies and germs, and thanks for joining us this week. This is not an episode of the show, either show per se. This is our little, I guess this is our informational show, letting everyone know our new direction and how things are going to go forward from here. I am one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
So, James. That didn't go very well, did it?
It didn't. Before we get into this, I was half tempted to tell you that when we started recording, we should start it off very, very somber, like very much like, like make it seem like we're gonna stop doing it, and like that's the future of the show.
We're just going to shirk our duty, our universally given duty to bring Buffy and Angel to the masses.
Universal, ne'er I say, godly duty.
Which god?
Pick one.
Okay.
Just anyone. Doesn't matter.
We'll go with Yahweh.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So anyway, it's been a while, James. How are you doing? What's up? What's new? And how are your nipples?
I'm good. Nothing's really new, and my nipples are still. I've still got all three of them.
Okay. Good to hear. Good to hear.
How about you?
Same. Nothing really new. You and I have talked, of course, and worked out a new. Basically, the whole thing was logistics, and I know you made that post about on the Facebook page about that we would be taking an indefinite hiatus. Well, that's already over.
Yes.
It was only a couple of weeks. We had to work out logistics and timing, and we just had to work some things out, which we actually worked out pretty quickly. So the indefinite hiatus only lasted a couple of weeks.
Right.
But yeah, we've got everything worked out now, and we're here in this episode to share all that information with you guys, and also to catch up on listener mail.
Listener mail, yes, which we will get into as part of the new direction. Just to be clear, I didn't deliberately intend to like mislead anybody when I said indefinite hiatus.
It wasn't definite at the time. We didn't know.
Right. When things went down, it was I personally wasn't sure, and I don't know about you at that given moment when the official, like, you know what, maybe we should go on hiatus. I'm not sure that either. Well, I can't speak for you, but I personally, I wasn't sure what was necessarily going to happen.
No, I wasn't either. I didn't know, because I didn't know what let's let everybody in behind the curtain a bit. This is mainly coming. Most of this is coming from me, honestly. And there needed to be some changes when the way we did things, and like I said, logistic wise and time and stuff. And I didn't know what those answers were at the time. And I was like, well, I don't, let's just go on hiatus and let me try to figure this out, like how to move forward. But it kind of came to me pretty quickly. And then talking to you, and you were pretty much on the same page. And I was like, okay, well, hiatus over. We figured that out. But I didn't want to like miss a week. Like if I had known it was only going to take like a week or so to figure things out and miss like one episode or two episodes, we wouldn't even have had to say anything. We could have just said, oh, hey, we missed this week. But I didn't know how long it would take. So I figured it would be best to at least let people know, and like you said in your thread, we weren't quitting the show. We were just trying to figure some things out, and which we did. So here we are.
Right. Which honestly, I'll be honest, at the time I wasn't 100% sure that wasn't going to end up being the case. Like I sincerely hoped it wasn't going to be that we'd be able to figure out, you know, the ongoing logistics of doing this. But
yeah, well, at the time, I honestly didn't. At the time, I mulled over the idea of pulling the plug,
right.
and then I was like, but that's not the answer. Like, I don't want that. Like I needed to be changes and things, but I was like that. I definitely don't want this to end. Like, I'd prefer it never end because it's fun. But it was getting to a point that it wasn't fun.
Right.
I mean, it was, but not like it had used to be. Like, you know, and it was becoming kind of a drain. And so, yeah.
And to that regard, to you previously mentioning that a lot of the changes were coming from you, so to speak. You know, I kind of didn't feel like it was my place to like push back on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you really needed to be the one to figure out what was going to work, you know.
Yeah, and I didn't know where to start. Like, I was like, well, nobody can figure this out for me, so I'm just gonna have to like rack my brain and think. Okay, I had to sit down and make, you know, I had to put fucking pen to paper, honestly, and write down. Okay, these are the things I love. These are the things that are, and these are the things I fucking hate.
Right, and I think, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just, you know, and that's what I had to do, and it worked, and I was like, okay, well, if we do this, and if we do that, and we don't do this, yeah, that would be a lot better, and you know.
Right, and then so between you figuring that out and I literally, this isn't an exaggeration, and I told Jeremy this when I first messaged him about it. I literally was like, dude, I have a solution to one of the issues that we're having, and it literally fucking came to me in a dream.
Well, you are a known Jedi.
I am.
Yeah, you're a trained Jedi, so
I am a trained Jedi. Yes.
Sometimes the Force speaks to you in dreams.
It does. It does. It does. So yeah, just to kind of keep the curtain peeled back a little bit, Jeremy has mentioned several times the logistics of keeping the show going, and essentially.
Hey, what are you banging against the table?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. James has a new mic.
I forgot I have a new mic, so I need to be. Is my sound quality okay?
Your sound quality is fantastic.
Okay. Which also would have sucked if the ultimate decision had been to pull the plug, because I just got gifted.
Just got a nice
new mic. This nice new mic.
Yeah.
So
no, that's never gonna be. I mean, unless I die, like I just can't. I can't imagine. That's one of the things I was thinking about. Is I can't imagine not doing this.
Right.
And doing more, you know, with other shows later, you know, as I enjoy it. It's an outlet, you know.
Right. And I'm the same way. Like I was really struggling with the idea of, you know, there's got to be a way that we can keep this going so that it's more palatable for Jeremy.
Yeah, so that it's more, so that the fun is back in it.
It's still there, right?
Yeah, it's not so much a job, you know.
Right. But when the idea that you might call it quits, you know, occurred to me, I started interviewing your replacements.
Yeah, you immediately were like, well, you know, it's not like I can't replace him.
Right.
So I'll put some feelers out, and let's go ahead and introduce our new guest. No.
I was like, I'll just have to buy some extra equipment so I can actually do, you know, the technical side of the podcast. Honestly, it probably would have straight just become a video podcast.
Yeah, and which I just don't think you would get that many viewers that way.
Right. But no, so to kind of keep the curtain pulled back, the logistics of it at the beginning were, and when we had first started talking about heading into season 4, and we had agreed that dropping 2 episodes every week, one of Buffy and one of Angel, we both loved that idea.
Yep.
I think we're both still very much in love with that, with the idea of that.
Oh yeah.
It's just the execution. And at that time there was some discussion about the toll that was going to take, and the logistics, for lack of a better word, and the word we keep using, of that, and whether or not it was going to be sustainable. And it turns out
we didn't know. We were just like, well, let's just go. Let's just do it, and
we'll roll with it.
See what happens.
And unfortunately, like I said, as much as we loved that idea, and we are still in love with the idea of that idea, for various reasons, it's not feasible. It turned out to be unsustainable.
Yeah.
Especially when you factor in the comments, going through everybody's comments, which is, I think I speak for Jeremy and I both, is one of the things we do love about doing this.
Oh yeah.
So that being said, like Jeremy said, he put pen to paper. I had a Jedi-like epiphany dream about certain aspects of it. And do you want me to kind of explain what's going to be happening going forward, or would you like to?
No, go ahead.
So going forward, we will be dropping back to 1 episode per week. It'll drop on Mondays, and we will be alternating between Buffy and Angel.
Right.
And in addition to that, we won't be addressing comments and reviews and thoughts on a per episode basis. Right. But like I said, that's an aspect of this that Jeremy and I absolutely love. Anybody that's been listening thus far knows we practically beg for that every episode. And we agreed that wasn't something we could get rid of completely.
Oh, that would make this very boring.
Right. And this is where my Jedi-like dream comes in. I had the idea to do a end of month bonus episode, if you will, that would cover every month. We'll do this every month at the end of the month, that will cover everybody's comments and reviews and thoughts about the 4 episodes that we dropped that month. Your comments about the podcast, and we will dedicate a whole extra episode at the end of the month to just that. That'll help us condense our recording time for the actual episodes, and still address the comments and everything, and so that you guys still feel like you have a voice in the show and a presence in what's going on. And to further that experience of having a voice in the show, we're going to open up that episode to you guys to either phone in and record with us, or Skype in and record with us for that episode if you want. Reach out to us, preferably via the email, buffyrevisited@gmail.com, and let us know if you want to be a part of that episode where we talk about comments. It would be obviously me, Jeremy, and whoever else wants to be involved, and we would discuss your comments, other people's comments, and the basically like Jeremy and I were doing, and the thoughts that we have spurred from those comments. But I think that'll give you guys um, even more of a feeling of having a voice in the show and being involved with it. And I know when
and interacting with two worldwide well-known podcast hosts.
Right. And I know when I pitched the idea to Jeremy, he was very excited about it. And that's not a joke. And I'm excited about it too. I would really love it if some of you would reach out to us and be like, yeah, I definitely want to be involved in that bonus episode to discuss, the previous month's episodes.
Yeah, and if more than one person is wanting to do it, we'll put people in line and we'll say, okay, this person will be this month's episode.
Right.
This we'll do you next month. We'll do you next month.
We'll do you next month. Right.
And we can always have that.
Right.
Whenever people want to do it.
Right. So
this will be an active show.
Right. So I'm gonna give you guys kind of a breakdown of how we envision this working.
I do want to say just really quick.
Sure.
I want to make sure people caught this at the beginning of what you were saying as far as the episodes. We are not going to stop doing Angel and Buffy. Right. They'll alternate. So they'll still drop every Monday, but one week will be Buffy. The next week, will be Angel, right. Rinse and repeat. And then once a month probably at the end of the month.
Yes.
On a Wednesday, there will be a bonus episode. We'll call it something like, listener mail or something like that. Right. And so that's how it'll work. It's just 2 shows a week was just, it was too much.
Yeah.
So,
so I'm gonna use the month of October kind of as an example of how the episodes are gonna drop, and when we would potentially be recording that end of month bonus episodes, so that you guys know when to reach out to us and kind of give us an idea of your availability for in that time frame, for you to call in or Skype in if you want to be involved in that bonus episode. So the episode you're listening right now, Powers That Be Willing, will be dropping on this should be Monday, September 25th.
Right. Yom Kippur, no less.
Sure. The following Monday, October 2nd, we will drop Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 4 episode 5, Beer Bad. The following Monday, October 9th, we will be dropping Angel episode 6 or season 1 episode 6, Room with a View. The 16th, we will be dropping Buffy season 4 episode 6.
It's actually episode 5.
Episode 5, sorry. Monday, October 16th, we'll be dropping Buffy season 4 episode 6. The 23rd will be Angel season 1 episode 6. And then the 30th would be Buffy season 2, season 4 episode 7. And Wednesday, November 1st, will be our first bonus listener mail comments episode. So
our interactive episode, maybe.
Our interactive episode, hopefully. So between the 23rd and the 29th, let's say. Am I frozen?
You are frozen.
I'm frozen. God damn it. So between the 23rd and the 29th, is when we would be recording for that end of month bonus episode. So if anybody wants to be involved in that, reach out to us, and we will figure out a time that works for everybody involved to record. And again, that bonus episode would cover all 4 of the episodes that dropped in October.
And you can, and as you say, you can Skype in, or you can call in. We can do both with our setup. So
right. And then it'll continue on that same kind of schedule from there on out. Drop 4 episodes, and then sometime after that 4th episode drops, we would be doing the end of the month call-in episode, which I guess for our part, we'll keep mentioning it once we get to that.
Yeah, this isn't going to be your only
right.
Heads up.
As when we're recording that 4th episode, we'll be sure to mention it again. Yeah, and that'll be how it is going forward. Also, I don't know if I still have the go ahead to announce this or not. I think I do. I haven't heard anything to the contrary. We are dropping merch.
We are.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Jeremy? While I try and see if I can unfreeze myself.
Yeah, you probably have to turn your feed off and back on, your camera feed off and back on. But yeah, we're going to be doing. Oh, there you go. No problem.
I'm back. Yay.
We're going to be doing merch. Nothing major, nothing huge to start with. I just thought, I thought this would be something cool for both us and the listeners, because listen, there's like a dozen podcasts that I listen to on a regular basis and have for years. And I look around in here, I have so much merch from the different podcasts I listen to, and I love being able to do that. And I thought, well, why not? So I thought we would start. It's not ready yet, but it's in the process. And once we're ready to go live with it, of course, we'll announce it, on an episode, and with a link and everything. And I thought we'd start with shirts, just some t-shirts. We'd have, men's and ladies cut t-shirts, maybe some hoodies too, I thought, possibly some coffee mugs. And that'd be it to start with. It's nothing for us to make money. We're not going to make any money off of it. But it's also not going to cost us any money. There's a lot of places that are basically print on demand type deals, and
right.
We'll set it all up. It'll be like the Buffy Slade logo is what will be on there, and you'll be able to see it all on the website before you go for it. But yeah, I just thought, hey, that'd be cool. I'll buy one to wear, and it'd just be cool. It'd be cool to see people out and about. If you guys bought something and were out wearing a shirt and took a picture and shared it on Facebook or something, that'd be cool. So I just thought, yeah, why not? Everybody else does it. It's doesn't going to cost us anything. We're not going to make any money off of it. What I'm trying to do right now is find the place. There's so many of them, and I'm trying to dig in and read reviews and stuff and find out who makes the best quality stuff, but also is the best priced. Like, I'm not looking for people to have to spend, $35 on a fucking t-shirt. That's just crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a place that's a happy medium, good quality. You don't want to buy a shirt for, say, $20-$25 and then you wash it once and it disintegrates.
Right.
So I'm trying to find something with some decent quality, but also affordability. But it won't take more than another week or so, and I'll probably have it all all ready and all set up, and then we'll announce it on an upcoming show, and then everybody can feel free to dive in if they would like to and sport our merch.
Yeah, and like Jeremy said, if you do buy anything and you know you're wearing it out and about, snap a selfie, you know, of yourself, or you know have someone snap your pic and send it to us. We'll throw it up on the old Facebook, maybe. Also, maybe insert it into an episode here, you know, to show in the video version of the podcast. Yeah, I would get a huge kick out of that.
You're making noise again.
Sorry.
It's really loud.
I am gonna have to get used to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd get a huge kick out of that.
Yeah,
if anybody,
go ahead. Sorry.
If anybody wants just our faces on a T-shirt, I'd be more than happy to do that.
I kicked around the idea of trying to find a caricature artist.
Oh.
And draw our faces like in caricature and like cartooned caricature,
right?
And making a whole new deal. But I don't, you know, I didn't, but I kicked that idea around.
Right.
Or we could do a shirt that's just got our cartoon nipples on the outside of the shirt.
Our cartoon, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. For those fans that want to have our nipples over their nipples,
right?
I'm sure you're out there.
It's a nipple party. Let's face it.
I'm 100% certain that Esta wants to wear our nipples.
Oh yeah, that without question.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and make our other announcement that we will be starting a Patreon, in which James will be strip teasing for a mere $2 a month.
$2 a month, yes. That is our only tier.
Yeah, we only have one tier.
We have one tier. It's $2 a month, no extra charges.
Yeah.
And I will do a strip tease for you.
The only content each time there's content uploaded will be James wearing various, probably female lingerie, and strip teasing too with it.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
maybe stripping out of female cosplay.
There you go.
Send me your favorite female anime, video game, TV characters. You know, I'll give you a little personalized content. You know,
$2. I mean, what the fuck?
$2, right. I don't know why we're not offering that on our OnlyFans. Which of course is at nipples.
We're busy with our nipples over there.
Right. That is pretty much just purely nipple content over there on the OnlyFans. But
last week, one of our videos on nipples was my right nipple and the hair on it, and we braided it.
Right.
With my nipple hair.
My favorite content over there so far, though, has been when we reenacted the entirety of Once More with Feeling with just our nipples.
Just our nipples, right.
Yeah.
We drew faces on them.
Okay. Yep.
That was a good one. That took a long time.
It did take a long time. It was not easy to match our nipple movements up to Walk Through the Fire.
Exactly. And it was not easy to constantly have to wipe off the drawing and create a new face for whatever scene we were in at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's quality stuff, but it's worth it for you guys.
We put the work in.
We did put the work in. I do want to address something else real quick because I thought it was funny as hell. In a comment that no longer exists, someone, Darlene, mentioned that
she does that a lot. I need to talk to her about that. You'll make a comment and I'll get a notification and I'll go to see, and it's like, no, fuck you, you can't see it, it's gone.
She mentioned that it looked like I was drinking barbecue sauce.
right out of the bottle.
Just right out of the Mr. Stubbs bottle.
Just having some mesquite barbecue
right,
sauce.
just sloshing down some mesquite while we're recording. I do realize that the bottle does resemble a barbecue sauce bottle. It kind of does, but it's actually kombucha. So
what it reminds me of is is it glass?
It is glass, yeah.
It reminds me of like old timey aspirin bottles from like the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, but no, it is. I'm not just swigging straight barbecue sauce. It's kombucha. I'm trying to be reasonably health conscious. Not that I haven't been known to beer bong a entire bottle of open pit in my younger years, as we all have. But
who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
I mean, I throw a curly straw in that bitch and just fucking hit it.
Right, and it's got to be a curly straw.
Oh well, yeah, a regular straw that would just be lame.
Right, that's fucking stupid.
Why even? Let me ask you this: why even use a straw that's not a curly straw?
Yeah, there's no reason.
Why are there companies that make just straight boring straws that shouldn't even exist?
Listen, here's my thoughts on that. I agree with
thoughts.
I agree with you. This goes beyond just straws. Okay, I agree with you. Once the curly straw was invented, it doesn't get any better than that. Discontinue every other straw. There's no reason to have straight straws anymore.
No,
I feel the same way about no pulp orange juice. Once we figured out how to make it without any pulp, why does pulp orange juice exist anymore?
Oh, now we're gonna have to we're not going to agree on that. See, I won't drink orange juice without pulp.
Wow.
I thought you were going the other way with that.
No.
I was going to be like, right, exactly.
No, there's not.
We can disagree. As we've said before, you can be wrong. It's okay.
Yes, you can be.
There's lots of people that don't like pulp. I didn't like pulp as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I got then I became a man and no, I don't know. At some point in my life I was like, oh, okay, I like this. And then so now if I drink OJ that doesn't have pulp, like it makes me like I'm like, oh, this is just like Sunny Delight. It's like not even real orange juice. It's like just orange flavored water, you know.
Listen, the only thing I drink that I want to have unidentifiable bits in it is my boba. Okay?
Is what?
My boba tea.
I never heard of that.
Oh my god!
Is it made by Boba Fett?
No, it is not.
Oh.
You uncultured swine.
This is true.
No.
The other thing I like to have unidentifiable bits in is tap water.
Well, yeah.
Because if you don't have things floating in your tap water, are you even trying?
Right. I mean, I don't drink tap water, so I don't know.
No, I don't either. I'm totally lying. I never. I don't even like to brush my teeth with tap water. It's fucking nasty.
I shouldn't say that. I do drink tap water, but it's literally like I've got a Brita filter on the faucet.
So do I.
And I fill from
another
Brita
pitcher
with another filter.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
So it's like at least triple filtered before it finally touches my lips.
I have the same thing. I have the Brita filter on the faucet.
Right.
Put it into another thing, but I also drink a lot of Ice Mountain. That's the only bottled water I like is Ice Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dasani and things like they taste like mop water.
Right.
But Ice Mountain tastes like sweat from God's balls.
Wow. Which God?
Yahweh.
Oh, okay. Yahweh. All right.
Yeah, Yahweh.
Not the All Father, not Zeus.
No. Fuck Zeus.
Wow.
I mean, let's be honest. Zeus is a little bit of a bitch. I mean, just a little bit.
A little bit.
You little bit. really did.
Little bit of a bitch, little bit of a bitch.
Now, Odin, on the other hand, Odin,
yeah,
he's a pimp. He really is.
Odin's my god of choice.
Yeah, Zeus is kind of a little bit of a bitch. I mean, a little bit.
Little bit of a bitch.
Little bit.
Little bit. Anyway.
That's our Joe Pesci for the week.
That is, I was doing De Niro.
Actually, that'd be Bob De Niro.
Yeah, I was doing De Niro.
But
I don't know what you're doing.
To Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, right.
I like how I said that just once, a little bit, and you knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about. What movie, what scene.
Right.
Like I was waiting for you to jump in and go, now get your fucking shine box.
Since we're off on this tangent anyway already, the movie scene I probably quote the most is Joe Pesci's scene in Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm funny how? How the fuck am I funny? How the fuck
Yeah.
am I funny? Like I'm a clown? Like I'm here for your amusement? How the fuck am I funny?
My clown to you?
My clown to you? Yeah, it's not what the kid knows what the fuck he meant. What the fuck did you mean? Huh?
Yeah. Eh? God, man. It breaks my heart that Ray Liotta passed.
Yeah. Anyway. We've once again strayed very far off topic.
Well, that's what we do here.
That is what we do here. So how about, Jeremy?
Yeah.
If we get into some listener comments.
We're gonna have to make we're gonna have to get together and we're gonna have to make a theme song because we're gonna have a whole episode that's gonna be just
isolate that sound that sing-songy thing I just did and use that
and auto tune it.
Sure, whatever auto tune.
Hilarious.
Auto tune? What are you talking about? I have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, but everybody auto tunes now, or you're not cool.
Okay, well, yeah, just isolate that snippet. Do you need me to do it? Yeah. Listener comments.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's it. That's our opening.
I'll pull those out and I will auto tune the fuck. I'll lay down some sweet fucking beat behind it. Like some fucking Marvin Gaye or something. And
yeah, you do whatever feels right in your heart. But I'm telling you, you isolate that little snippet right there, and you've got the opening for that bonus episode. Funnily enough, everyone.
What's really funny is I'm gonna do that, and you're gonna shit yourself.
I will love it. I 100% feel like you do it, you send it to me, and that's gonna let me hear it, and that's gonna be what we use instead of the Buffy or Angel theme for that. But honestly, it's kind of funny because I did see, when we started recording, Jeremy was like, "What music should I use for this? Since it's not really an episode, Buffy or Angel," and I was like, "Well, Buffy," and then I was like, "But we should sing it."
And not actually. So he wanted to do like. Yeah. I think that'll go over like a lead balloon. So let me just play the music.
Well, let's just cue the music. Cue the music.
That will just immediately annoy everyone, and they'll be like, "I hope these guys."
I'm out. I don't even care what they have to say about the future of the show. We're done.
I was into it at first, but I'm not listening to this shit.
Right. This is bullshit. It's not happening. All right. So, that being said, let us
pray. Let us come together and pray.
Let us come together and pray to the Almighty Allfather, Odin. On this our feast day.
On this our day of feast.
No, let's cover all these listener viewer comments that are hanging out there that we haven't had a chance to address yet, and get all caught up on those.
Let's put dresses on and then address them.
Right. So that we can get caught up on all these comments before we head into our new format, our new arrangements. How's that sound, Jeremy? Does that sound good to you?
I'm chubbed.
Full or half mast?
Half. It'll become full as we go along.
Okay. Something else I wanted to mention when we were kind of going over this is I feel that doing a full episode just dedicated to the comments is going to open up more opportunity for Jeremy and I and whoever might join us to discuss the comments more. I feel like
Yeah,
we both
having it in a whole episode. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we both kind of felt like we wanted to have everyone's comments heard, and we wanted to kind of discuss them, but in the confines of also trying to do the actual episode of Buffy and Angel, we were finding ourselves kind of really rushing through them and not really having a whole lot of conversation about it, which is something we do want to do.
And now we're only going to read them one word per minute.
Right.
We're really let it sink in.
And we're going to discuss every word that you guys put.
And we're going to call out every single grammar mistake.
Right.
Every punctuation mistake.
Right. So
we're actually going to grade each comment. You will receive a grade at the end of your comment.
Yes.
And we will keep track of them. And at the end of the year, you will receive a grade.
Right.
For your year's work on the show.
Right. So I'm not going to call anyone out specifically, but at least one of you should really be worried about that.
SW.
What? No, stop it.
No.
Stop it.
It's just SW.
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't know because I don't ever look at, I don't see them.
No.
You pull them all. I don't even see them.
Jeremy doesn't even know we have a Facebook page.
I don't even know what Facebook is.
No, he has no idea.
I heard it was called Meta.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Twitter is called X now, and I don't know what any of this shit is.
Right. All right. So let's jump in with we will do Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 4 episode 3, The Harsh Light of Day. And we will start over on YouTube with our good friend S-Dub. How you doing, S-Dub? We missed you. Did you miss us?
No, she has not missed us.
She hasn't. No.
I assure you, she has not missed our dumbasses.
That's a shame. She says, sup. Now let's talk about that. Sup. How does that make you feel, Jeremy?
What? So the sup?
Sup, yeah. But we said we were going to dissect this word by word, so
okay.
Let's.
Well, it makes me feel like we have a good friendship.
It does. It makes me feel. It warms my heart.
My loins are also warm.
Okay. Because it insinuates that we have a close bonded friendship with one another.
Yes.
Which we don't. So don't ever do that again. No.
Which we are not.
Right. Imagine how much fun this is going to be if you actually call into the show.
Right. Imagine us busting your balls nonstop, and how much fun you will have at that.
Right.
Like, you know how James and I bust each other's balls constantly. Don't you want in on that?
Don't you want in on that? I honestly, I think they do, because of, like, especially S-Dub and Darlene, they have a tendency to bust our balls in their comments.
Oh yeah, everybody does. So yeah, we're kind of gluttons in that
we
way.
Are right. Love a good ball busting. She says this will be
just James watches trample porn.
This will be long because I have.
Okay, let's go ahead and let's just go to the next one then.
Because I have some takes, but as per usual, I'll try to be succinct.
Okay, wait. Pause. Time out. I'm sorry. My bad. Which episode is this for again?
Buffy, season 4, episode 4, episode 4, Harsh Light of Day. Yeah.
Harsh Light of Day. Okay. Yep. Harsh Light of Day. Now I'm with you. All right. Sorry.
Yep.
Continue, please. She has some hot takes, in other words.
Yeah.
Did I completely melt your brain by
No, it just occurred to me that I mislabeled Angel episode 4 as episode 3.
Oh. Well,
Oh wait.
you are known to fuck up.
Oh no, I didn't. Anyway. So yeah, we're starting the comments with Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 4 episode 3, The Harsh Light of Day, and we're starting on YouTube.
Okay.
S-Dub says, sup, this will be long because I have some takes, but as per usual, I'll try to be succinct. Well, right off the bat, that's an oxymoron. You can't
Right.
be.
If you're saying it's going to be long and you're going to be succinct, doesn't work.
Right. You're contradicting yourself.
So straighten your shit up.
We're not grading on a curve here, people. Okay?
Yeah. Remember, letter grade. And listen, that shit follows you around the rest of your life.
It will.
It'll affect your jobs in the future.
Your ability to get any kind of loan.
Yeah, they will be checking with us. And we will tell them the truth.
Right. We are powerful men.
Yes. We are the patriarchy.
Also, again, reminder that I watch you and write my thoughts at the same time. I can't wait for in-depth discussions about Spike. I have ups and downs with him, with how I feel about him, and I put my notes about him at the end instead of here, and therefore my 4 pages of notes. So it goes better when you discuss similar points at the hour mark. All right, here we go. I'm going to stop there. What the fuck are you doing?
Morpheus.
I thought maybe you were Corey Hart.
Who?
He one-hit wonder Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see
something.
Yeah. So I want to stop right there because I think I get such a kick out of the fact that you guys are taking as many pages of notes about these episodes as Jeremy and I do about the episodes.
Yeah, we're actually making people work.
Yes, I love it.
Us, they also do not get paid.
Right. Like I love that you guys are so into this with us and into the podcast that you're taking pages and pages of notes to discuss it with us. And that's why, again, I feel, and Jeremy agrees, that I think it'd be wonderful to have one or more of you be able to call in or Skype in and actually have a discussion about these episodes with us.
Right.
But Vamp Harm, I have a love-hate with her. She's annoying, whiny as hell, but she does provide humor, especially this staggering episode. I mean, she was really annoying this episode. Like Jeremy and I said when we revisited it, there were some scenes with her that were very hard and emotional to watch. I think the one you pointed it out in particular was after Spike steals the ring from her and Buffy and Willow and Xander find her in the crypt and she's on the floor crying and she says, all he had to do was ask for it. I would have given it to him. I would have given him anything. That,
and also the one where he literally tried to murder her.
Well, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And is that the same scene where then she's kind of crying a little bit and asks why he's so mean to her? Like, I don't know why I let you be so mean to me.
I think so, yeah. See, at that point, if I'm her, I'm killing that motherfucker. Like, he just staked you. He literally just tried to kill you. Right. He didn't know that it wasn't going to work.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think without getting into a whole lot of spoilers, early Vamp Harmony is grating. I think she becomes kind of endearing over time.
Yeah, she'll she'll move on to another show.
Douchebag Parker is such a handful of balls and a queef. I'm so damn frustrated that they made Buffy so goddamn naive. Sure, have her upset, cry a little because she was used, but the writers went too hard on the needy, pathetic, naive to make Buff relatable. No, I'm not finished exactly, but I'll move on to another problem with the writers.
That's the point I was trying to make, is that I don't like them making her so naive and so emo about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean I get where you and S Dubs are coming from with that, but at the same time, so let's look at it. Buffy's what, 19 now? 18, 19.
Yeah.
Every strong male figure in her life has left her. Her dad is you know uh a no-show, you know, since the series began practically. Angel left. Um, even Giles, as much as I hate to say it, because we know I love Giles, Giles has betrayed her in the past.
And you're forgetting the most important one of all.
Ooh.
Ted.
Ted, yeah, Ted.
Ted totally screwed her over.
So I guess, to me, from my perspective, I don't view it as Buffy being naive. I view it as just another tally mark in the column of Buffy's mind that says I'm not worth, men sticking around and being in my life. Like, she very much views this reoccurring theme in her life as her fault. So
You're saying Buffy has daddy issues.
I mean, abandonment issues, at the very least. Yeah.
See, I don't like that. I guess that's what I don't need that in Buffy's character. Like, to me, she has enough. There's enough interesting things to do with Buffy. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
to make to for lack of a better term, to have her have daddy issues, abandonment issues, it's, I don't know. To me, it's, I don't need that.
Right.
And I'm gonna ignore it.
Okay. Anya. Oh, Anya. I have my ups and downs as well with her. I start liking her more season 5, honestly. So my beginning right now on Yanka issues are that she's too uncomfortably pushy with Xander. She asked him to prom. She asked him to leave with her. He didn't seek her out after Mayor meet graduation. Hasn't mentioned her once. She's all psycho talking about a relationship they have and an anniversary. What a freak. But see, this is where the writers go too much. Writing about a woman would handle the situation. They made Anyanka this needy, psycho, and manipulative, in my opinion, and I don't like the character because of it. Now I know how all of this plays into their relationship journey, but I just feel like since Anya is a 1,000-year-old demon who is very blunt and she's trying to understand feelings, she would have been more blunt than give Xander the little game of him having to figure out she likes him after they do it. They change Emma's hair a lot in Buffy, so for me it depends which season. I'm partial to the long bleach blonde. I agree. I think I'm not sure they really had a handle on what they wanted to do with Anya this early on. Um, uh, because I do agree. I think the Anya that we see develop um, as the character goes on through the show is is very straightforward and very blunt and very um, like, she was a demon for so long, she doesn't understand human emotion and that kind of thing, and that kind of leads to her straightforwardness and bluntness. Whereas here, yeah, that's not really, there's an aspect of that, but there is also, like, she's playing this weird little game with Xander that does seem out of place for the character. But like I said, I don't think they really had a handle on what they wanted to do with her this early on.
I've always liked Anya, and even early Anya, middle Anya, late Anya. I like them all. I like Anya. So you guys are on your own in that one. I really like her, and I like her almost a little more early on when she's just so pushy and so, straightforward, and I don't know. I get a kick out of it.
Right.
Plus, I've always had the hots for Anya, so.
In particular, long bleached blonde. Spike reveal. Oh, Jeremy is creaming. I did. Oh, so that is accurate when
that's why that day when we recorded, I wore the pins that day.
Oh, okay. Wait, are you saying something like Ben is connected to Glory?
Ooh, what? Sorry. Sorry, I didn't hear any of that.
Harmony.
God damn it! Spoilers.
Harmony, the goddamn pet names for Spiky crack me up and gag me at the same time. Yes, I know what I said, and I gave you the ammo.
Okay.
But I'm not going to load the gun, and I'm not going to shoot it.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm nothing. I'm going to pretend like it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Gave you the ammo. 100% great value. Black hair wish dollar store, no doubt. Fuck them, because every single time I watch this episode, I have Lucky in my head for days. I don't even like Biff Nude. Yeah, I mean, I didn't disagree with that assessment. But
no, you just talked about how much you love Biff Naked.
I did not say I love Biff Naked.
You said they were one of your top 10 favorite bands of all.
That is not what I said.
That is precise. I have it on tape.
Play the tape right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's go to the tape. See what I said. I told you.
If I recall correctly, I said I was never on board the No Doubt train either. Yeah.
Well, really. I don't. I think really only like teen girls were on the No Doubt train, honestly. And since we're not teen girls, and we weren't then, we weren't on the train.
Well, weren't we?
No.
Oh, okay. Shit. Where did I?
Biff Naked.
Oh. No to harm for me. She's what I call a Monet. Far away, that perspective looks great, but up close is a mess. Yeah, that's. She's commenting about our brief conversation about whether or not Harmony is attractive. I never found.
I can't call anyone attractive or not attractive, because look at me. All I was really saying was, is she someone that? How do I explain? Like, is she someone that people look at and like, oh, hot blonde? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure she probably is. I'm like you. I can't say. All I can say is that Mercedes McNabb doesn't get my motor going.
No.
But I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that find her
and that think we're insane.
Right, very attractive and think we're insane. Just like I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that think we're attractive. And they're right. I mean, look at us.
Are there, though? There's no one that thinks I'm attractive, trust me.
My mommy says I'm a very handsome boy.
My mommy, yeah, I'm a handsome boy.
We just got canceled.
Yes, we did. Well, we do at least once per episode, so let's just get it out of the way now.
At least once. The gaslighting. Oh my God, douchebag Parker acts like he didn't hook, line, and boink her. He's so terrible at it too. You had fun, right? Oh, please. We already know Buff can handle a breakup out of the blue. Remember Scott? No, she didn't give Mr. Hope her cat, but she acts normal about it. Again, hate how they write her this app.
Yeah, and it's like, please, Parker. She's had David really worried about, come on.
Right. But also,
you also know that Parker was a 2-pump chump.
Right.
He was.
But also, I feel like I don't know that the breakup with Scott is comparable, because I think Buffy realized at the time that she played a big part in that by kind of always having to disappear. And
but Scott was also a big fucking nothing burger to me. He was just,
first
of all, he looked like he was 11, and like, I don't know, he was like all her love interests, honestly, throughout this entire show, other than one, are big nothing burgers to me. Like they're all just like bleh.
Yeah, but I'm not just basing it solely on their attractiveness or
no, I don't mean
whatever.
their attractiveness. I just mean that their characters are just the drizzling shits. Like I couldn't care less about Bupkis. I couldn't care less about Scott or Parker. Lewis can't lose, or anyone else she dates or boinks. It's like, who cares? Now there is one guy coming up in later seasons who is probably the greatest love of her life. And quite deservedly. James he has left the show. That's like the 10th time he's left the show this season.
Greatest love of her life, please. Oh, does Angel come back? Does Angel come back?
No. He goes to hell where he belongs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. After all this time, Buff gets her shot at Spike. Finally, Jeremy, there are just things you have to accept, like a convenient manhole located at UC Sunnydale.
Thank you. That's not only there, but it's open. It's unlocked and it's already open.
I maintain that Spike left it open in case he had to make a quick getaway.
Okay. I'll allow it this time.
I'm actually excited for this Angel episode, guys. Holding my breath, though. I give this 2.5 out of 5 gaslighting douchebags. Up to 0.5 just for Harm being the only one making me laugh. This is how I feel the writers saw the 3 women this episode reacting to their situations in typical lens of what we saw women back in the day. Buffy, needy, gives it up and wants a relationship. Harm, annoying, whiny, nagging. Anya, manipulative and pushy, using sex to get what you want, which I think is how women were chalked up to back then. Just a hot take. I mean, if women want to use sex to get what they want from me, I'm 100% on board.
What about if a man wants to use sex to get what he wants from you?
No. I would be more inclined.
Hang on. I got to make a note of that. Okay.
I will say I would be more inclined to use sex to get what I want from a man.
Oh.
What? Everything's got a price. You know what I'm saying? If he's rich enough, it's 2023 is all I'm saying. All right. Okay. And frankly, I'm tired of working for a living. So
hey, I'm not judging, friend. I'm just
so whatever you got to do.
Gotta do a little bit, just a little bit,
a little bit. Did I suck his dick? A little bit. I
didn't say you'd blow a guy. I just said you'd hold it in your mouth until it got hard. That's all I said. It's a little bit.
Just a little bit. And if it fattened my bank account, just a little bit. Would it be worth it?
You wouldn't have
Just
to get
a little
your giant
bit
box anymore.
That's right. That's right. Jeremy, you're a really decent guy. Just want you to know that.
Am I though?
Apparently I'm not. I don't know. I mean,
no, everybody knows you're a piece of shit.
Fine.
Everyone knows that.
Listen, did I read this comment and then go and curl up in the fetal position and cry myself to sleep that night? Yes.
Yes.
Does it?
Would you ever do that again?
But would I ever do that again? Probably tonight.
Probably tonight. Yeah.
I 100% agree with you about the writing. Aside from the abysmal female writing, it is all around weak. Could have made douchebag Parker more sly and being manipulative so that Buffy's reaction made more sense, even though it was written so damn overkill and cringy. I believe the A main story is the gem or anything anyone having to do with it because 1, the opener we get introduced to Vamp Harmony, which leads us to Spike, which I think appears in the next Angel episode. 2, the whole episode is basically a setup for the Angel crossover episode. 3, more scenes were dedicated to people connected to the Gem story arc, like Spike and a bit of Oz. No, I really haven't seen the Angel up yet, but I observe, and I've seen this series countless times. You observe.
Thank you.
You observe, but do you record?
And
most importantly, do you never interfere?
And do you have a tattoo on your wrist? But I'd like to just say that that's one in my favor. She agrees with me.
Okay, so here's where this isn't fair, because there was a comment that agreed with me that the Buffy Parker relationship was the A story, but that comment had since been deleted.
What is let me ask you this. What was the name of this episode?
Harsh Light of Day.
Okay. Can you say that again?
The Harsh Light of Day.
Okay. You
which clearly alludes to Buffy seeing who Parker truly is in the harsh light of day.
Have you ever heard, does the term grasping for straws mean anything to you?
We already had our straw conversation, okay? Curly are the best. That's all anyone needs to know.
That's true. If they're like shaped like something, you know?
Yeah.
Like animal straw.
Like a dick.
Like a dick, yeah. Big set of balls. One oddly larger than the other.
One oddly larger ball.
Just one ball that's larger, like significantly larger than the other.
Right. Sometimes the penis might have a bend in it.
Yeah, like off to like the northeast.
Right.
Yeah.
The northeast.
And it looks like, damn, that's probably going to leave a mark.
Right. Not Buff and douchebag Parker. 4, only really integrated storylines A and B at the party. Just for Buffy to see Spike, therefore leading the Gem storyline. Sorry, James. No way is this a Buff douchebag Parker A main storyline. Well, we can agree to disagree. And I'm just sorry that the comment that agreed with me has since been removed.
Why? I don't know. I'm gonna have to text her. I'm making a new rule right now. From now on, no comments are allowed to be edited or deleted.
I like that rule. I like that rule.
And that is final.
I like that rule.
I have spoken. That was really loud.
Gavel bangs are loud, my friend.
They have to do what they have to
do. That wasn't a gavel, though. Now on to the Spike inner dilemma for me, and as far as I can go without giving spoilers. The only thing I give away is that I mentioned Spike's character arc, which means he's around for a hot minute, unfortunately. Otherwise, I was good.
But she didn't say unfortunately, did she? You added that
in. No, I 100% added that in.
Yeah, you're a real piece of shit.
Let's mention neutered Spike. No, let's not, because we're not there yet.
Let's not talk about that, because
we're not. That's a huge spoiler. My take on it was to make him softer, even still.
What are you doing? We just said we're not going to talk about it.
It's fine. Also, a huge reason not to kill him and keep the character around for a bigger picture. I feel like the Spike issue with these kinds of things, with the kinds of things he does and will do, will always circle back to the, in my opinion, lazy but effective enough argument: he doesn't have a soul. I would argue that some of Spike's undesirable actions stem from past issues. When the episodes come, I will go into depth further. Drew said vamps can love, so for me, I don't think everything bad Spike does is because he's soulless.
No.
He's being
as we will discover, he is a very fucked up individual and has been since he was still human. So
right, and I have my own thoughts about quote unquote neutered Spike that we will definitely get into more when that time comes, which
no, well, you'll be ignored.
Which is, yeah, Jeremy says that because he already knows what my strong thoughts on neutered Spike are.
Yeah, and they're ridiculous, and no one needs to hear them.
They're not ridiculous, but we'll talk more about that as it comes up, which we're actually not too far away from.
No, we're not.
So,
what, 2 or 3 episodes?
Right. So he's being emotional, like wanting revenge, being angry, and jealous. Those are motives to do bad things, even for people who have souls. Spike has probably the most growth for character arc, which makes him a beloved character. Spike, I will concede that Spike does have a decent character arc. Does he grow as a character?
Come on. What? Come on. A little bit. He does a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's something it's something we can talk about more.
You're letting obviously as cloud the truth.
It's not jealousy.
You are clearly jealous of Spike.
But
the fact that he is the greatest character in the show.
Okay. Spike does have a growth arc.
Major growth arc.
I don't know if it's major.
Does at the end. Look at what he does in the end.
I don't know if it's major. It's significant. I'll say it's significant, but you can't argue that Spike is not the character that has the most major character growth arc in the Buffyverse.
I didn't say the most, but it's definitely major. I mean, he goes from a murderous like baby eater to what he does at the end. I mean, come on.
But understanding all this doesn't make these kinds of scenes, manhandling, verbal assault, etc., any easier to watch. I'm a survivor of SA, so I'm sure you understand to some degree, whether sympathy or empathy. So what I'm saying is, Jeremy, I completely understand how you don't need or want it in a show like Buffy. I think the writers need people to see a difference in Spike later on this season, so they went heavy on the asshole. Great pod as always, ta-ta.
Yeah, that's a good point I hadn't really thought of. Maybe that is why they went so heavy with his dickishness. But again, this happens a lot in this show and in Angel, though, and I know that it's a part of life. It's just, fuck, can I just not have it in my shows? That's the one thing that I would just like to not have in my stories.
Right. And like I said before, like I don't necessarily want to see it, but I do think that it's something that it does need to be addressed.
But it's never addressed well in this show. It's always just shown as I'm a big piece of fucking shit and I don't get my comeuppance 99% of the time, So it's like if it was going to be, there have been shows since the dawn of time that have dealt with this but I think they deal with it in better ways. Like there's a whole arc, and then the fucker gets his comeuppance, or she gets her comeuppance in some cases,
Right.
and this, it just doesn't really ever happen. It's just, I'm a big piece of shit, the end.
Right. Let's head over to YouTube for the same episode and hear from our good friend Catherine. She says, "Yay, Spike is back." Oh, wonderful.
I told you we're in the minority.
Just that alone makes this episode better. I hated human harmony, but I love vampire harmony. I don't know why, but I do. Honestly, I think it's because vampire harmony has more character than human harmony did.
Let me ask you this about harmony.
Sure.
And everybody listening, if you want to comment on this. Do you think, okay, how do I ask this? Okay. Do you think that vampire harmony no longer has a soul? But do you notice how she's not really any different than human harmony?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is that like the writer's way of saying she was a soulless bitch as a person, and now she's still a soulless bitch?
It might be. That's a good take on it. That's a good take on it.
It's kind of funny,
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's everybody else think? Let us know.
I really hated the parts where Spike treated her so badly. I have also seen too much of that shit in real life to want to see it in my entertainment, especially coming from a character that I love so much. This was a part of Spike that made him come out second for me between him and Angel. Yeah, I mean, Jeremy and I have...
Another thing is, a lot of people don't ever, and I think I brought this up in the episode, is like, everybody's like, well, that's, you're like, well, that's what makes Angel better. Hello, can I remind everyone of who the fuck Angel is when he doesn't have a fucking soul? And the fucked up shit he did to Buffy and various women. Like, he's just as bad, believe me.
Right.
And we will see more of it before this shit is over.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, not having a soul makes a big difference in Mr. Angel.
Yeah. So, yeah. 100%.
They're both pieces of shit when it comes to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right, and it's something even I'm guilty of, because I like the character of Angel better than I like Spike. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like, soulless Angel and soulless Spike are cut from the same fucking cloth, and yet everyone seems to excuse soulless Angel,
and the fucked up shit he's done.
The fucked up shit he's done based on souled Angel.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason Angel sired Spike,
Right.
He kind of saw himself in Spike and was like, oh, this will be fun.
Right. Parker is so freaking annoying. Like, okay, I get it. You took Philosophy 101. Move on. Your reactions to him are pretty funny, but clearly you've never had a cute college guy lay on the poetry or philosophy to try and get in your pants. Haven't we?
Haven't I? Haven't I?
Don't try and tell us our lives, Catherine.
Are you just assuming what I've done?
Right.
That's just wrong.
Don't do that. He's a total fuckboy who knows freshmen are an easy target and can gaslight them all day long. Poor Buffy is smart in a lot of ways, but she is still a dumb 18-year-old when it comes to guys. I never fell for that shit, but I knew a few girls that did. Yeah, and that's kind of,
I know it did too. I'm canceled.
Jeremy was that fuckboy.
I'm quitting.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Catherine kind of gets it too. Like, I think, and again, I understand where you and S-Dubs are coming from with the Buffy thing, but I do think it's I don't know that it's right to call her naive about the whole thing. I think, like Catherine kind of says here, she's just an 18-year-old girl when it comes to these kind of things. So, you know,
remind me of something because I can't remember. She's only had sex with Angel and Parker, correct?
yes.
Her and Scott never
No.
never closed the deal, right? Okay.
Right.
I guess I can give her a little bit of a pass then because that's only her second rodeo. But
right.
I guess my biggest problem with the Parker thing boils down to they drug it on for too many episodes. Like they drug it on too long, you know? It's like,
Right.
let's just knock it out in one episode and then she can just be like, you know what? Fuck this nerd, this fucking douchey turd boy. You know,
Right.
I'm Buffy the motherfucking vampire slayer.
Right.
You know, and I'm
Or
super smart. I'm fucking hot as shit. I can bend steel bars with my fucking labia. Let's roll.
wow. Or the counter argument to that is maybe they didn't let it play out long enough.
Well, the relationship part, yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying since that ship has sailed,
right?
Why couldn't we have just knocked this out in an and been like, and with what we're gonna see in an upcoming, you know, like
right.
Enough is enough with this fucking Parker Lewis, you know.
Right. And I think, and you and I may have addressed this when we revisited the episode. At least I think we did. Me personally, I think it may have been more effective and less grating to people such as yourself if they had drug the relationship out maybe through the entire season, and we as an audience see the two different sides of Parker.
We discussed this. Yeah,
we see the great doting, you know, Parker with Buffy, but then we see the, you know, fuckboy Parker with her friends, like,
right.
you know, have the rest of the Scoobies in on this, you know, and she's just like oblivious to it or whatever.
Yeah, and Willow's like, he literally tries to fuck me every day.
Right.
And Buffy's like, why would you lie? And
right.
then they fucking have a fight to the death. And Xander's the one that dies.
Right.
When they fight to the death.
When they fight to the death in Jello.
Right. Naked.
And
Xander dies.
It's like every fantasy I've ever had.
Right. All in one cute
in one
present.
Right. Like with a little bow.
Yep.
The angry puppy thing still cracks me up. She's quick on her feet in a fight, but with the quips and puns, but as Buffy to come up with a cover story on the fly, and she sucks. Giles and Xander together is pretty funny. Xander says the dumbest shit, and I love the way Giles snipes back at him. Yeah, one of the highlights.
Like Xander.
Oh no, I don't. I 100% do not think Giles likes Xander.
I don't think he ever did, and I don't think he ever will.
Right.
Like he basically puts up with him because he's part of the gang. Right. But like if he did something and Buffy like excommunicated him from the group, Giles would be perfectly fine with that.
Right.
And he would even like, listen, do we need to kill him?
Right. Does he need to die?
Is he a problem? Do we need to clip him?
Right.
And he'd be like, I will do it. And he would go there with a silenced fucking PPK and put 2 in the back of fucking Xander's head.
No, Giles would do it with his bare hands.
Yeah, he might. And he might even
Ben style.
You know, turn the ring and just, you know.
Right. Yeah, I think he'd do it with his bare hands, Ben style.
Yeah.
But I do agree that Giles and Xander as a pairing are extremely comedic.
Yeah, they're good together.
Huge comedic value.
They have good chemistry on screen and good comedic timing between them.
Right, which is something we'll see more of in Beer Bad.
Yep.
I'm so glad Anya's back. She is one of my favorite characters ever in the Buffyverse. I love Giles's apartment. It's cool, and they made it the place. It's cool. They made it the place to gather, and how they slipped in that TV. I figured Spike knew there had to be at least one party going on at a college campus that he could take Harmony to. Of course, it just happened to be the one Buffy was at because that's his luck. I loved that Biff Naked was there playing, and Lucky is still a great song, and it's in my regular playlist that I listen to. Yeah, I mean it's on my Buffy playlist. It's probably the only Biff Naked song I've ever heard.
Well, like we've said, it's it's okay not to have taste. It's okay.
I am glad that Spike got the ass kicking he deserved, and it serves Xander right getting thrown around like that, thinking he was going to help Buffy beat Spike.
Yeah, there's really nothing there. As much as I love Spike and he's like my favorite character, there's nothing I enjoy more than seeing Buffy beat him up. It's so fucking hilarious. It's because he tries so hard, and she just kicks his ass every fucking time.
The only thing I like more than that is watching Angel kick his ass.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen nearly as often.
That's true.
Like
That's
Buffy
true.
kicks his ass at least like 6 to 8 times per season. And it's hilarious. And this is a man who has killed he's killed one Slayer,
3 Slayers
at this point.
Yeah.
I only know of the one in the subway at this point.
No, he killed her. He killed one during the Boxer Rebellion, and there was a third one.
No, I think the third one doesn't exist.
No,
it's either 1 or 2. It's definitely not 3. I think you're thinking of Kendra, who.
No, that was a Drew.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a badass guy, but Buffy just wastes him every time, and I love it. It's hilarious. He gets so fucking like down on himself and emo because he can't handle her.
Yeah. I'm trying to think here. Oh, you're right. He's only killed 2. Okay. He's only killed 2. The one in the subway, and the one during the Boxer Rebellion.
About the Boxer Rebellion one, which we don't ever do. We don't ever see that, do we? We only hear referred to. We will later see the subway one, but
yeah. Yeah. Where was I? I'm just glad Spike got to help Buffy. All in all, an okay episode. I'm going to give this one 3 college fuckboys. I am so excited for next week's episode. Fear itself is on my top 10 list of Buffy episodes. And that is all we have for Harsh Light of Day. So let's jump into Angel Season 1, Episode 3, In the Dark. And let's start with Facebook and our good friend Catherine and see what she has to say.
Okay.
I also thought the plot with Rachel was lame, but I guess it was supposed to show Angel going out and helping people. Yeah, I mean, I know, Jeremy, you said you weren't a fan of that whole subplot in this episode, but I think we're still, we're only in the 3rd episode. So we're still in the establishing what is happening in Angel's world kind of phase of the first season.
Yeah, because there's misses, there's hits, but there's also ones where there's a B and sometimes a B and a C plot, and it's like it should just give us a little more A and just scrubbed out the B.
Right.
But sometimes they're trying shit. They're trying to see what sticks, So
Right.
you can't really blame.
Yeah, and like I said, like the whole driving force of the series is this idea that Angel is out there helping the helpless. So if we never get to see that, it's
I always thought he was helping the homeless.
Of course you did. Cordy's glee at printing the invoice was funny, and her disappointment when Doyle explains it's just mail, not an actual payment, was even funnier. Yeah. The ketchup.
That's mail.
The ketchup Oz has with Cordelia and Angel always makes me giggle. Yeah, I mean, Cordelia's so excited to see him, and literally that excitement lasts like all of 2 minutes before they're like, all right, we're done here.
And then she's like, are we done? And he's like, oh yeah.
Right. I figured that they know where Angel is working and living because of Cordelia. I always assumed that she was talking to Willow on occasion to keep up on what's happening on the Hellmouth. No matter where Angel investigation is, the Scoobs always know where they are and kind of what's going on. Look at the end of Buffy season 5, Angel season 2. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of assumed that once Angel had established himself in LA, he had reached out. In my mind, it was probably to Giles to be like, hey, I'm in LA. If you ever need me,
don't call.
Reach out and I'll be there to help.
Listen, if you ever need me, lose my fucking number. If we run in, if I run into you, I'll be doing it with a car.
Spike and Angel together makes me so happy. They are hilarious. I think it's kind of funny Spike has to hire someone to torture Angel for him because he knows that Angel will piss him off and he will kill him pretty quick if he does it himself. Yeah. And even with the henchman there, he still almost did. Angel really knows how to push Spike's buttons. Not gonna lie, I did enjoy seeing a shirtless David Boreanaz. The torture dude was The torture dude was creepy. Yeah, I will admit I love Angel and Spike interactions. Especially as
they have great chemistry.
Especially as the Buffyverse progresses.
They were lovers off screen. That's why they had such good chemistry.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and some fanfic. The torture guy reminded me of like I was like, is that Moby or is that Michael Stipe from REM? Like, there's something weird going on there.
That's me in the corner. Dun, 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 dun. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
Which religion did you lose?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Except for the worship of Odin.
Except for worshiping the All-Father Odin.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember. Once you started singing and, doing Wild Horses, I fucking...
wasn't singing Wild Horses. I can if you want me to.
Okay. Go ahead.
What were we talking about? What were we actually supposed to... Oh, yeah, I think David and James have phenomenal chemistry. And they get to showcase that relationship between Angel and Spike a lot more as the Buffyverse progresses.
All of the main characters I've always thought have had great chemistry together. They got lucky in that way.
Yeah.
It's the only trouble they ever have is when they bring in, guest stars. And it's like, I like that person, but boy, they just do not have chemistry with whoever it happens to be, Buffy, Angel, Giles, whoever. It's like, that's just not working.
Yeah. Spike is definitely a charmer, telling Cordy she's looking good. He knows how to get on her good side, LOL. I think Doyle is stupid for hiding his demonic half from Cordelia. I assumed he could smell Angel's trail and the smell of the metal where there shouldn't be any. Yeah, I think I pointed that out in the episode when you questioned it. Like I just presumed he was picking up Angel's scent.
Yeah, it just seemed a little
there.
generic to me. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It seemed that he smelled out a ring. I don't know, but whatever. I can live with it.
Oz smashing through the warehouse to rescue Angel was great, and I wish he had been in the episode more. I think we've talked about this. I think it was a huge missed opportunity not to have Oz migrate over to this show at some point.
I couldn't agree more. It was a huge missed opportunity when they let Seth Green leave the universe, period. And right. I was like, and all the fans said the same,
Right.
Like, it's not like we're outliers. I mean, it just missed opportunity.
The fight under the pier was cool, and Angel rushing out into the sun to push him over was badass. I loved his reaction to seeing the world under the sun for the first time in over 200 years. It was great. I agree with James. It was an excellent acting moment. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably in my top 5 David acting moments from the Buffyverse.
Yeah.
Spike is a dumbass for trusting anyone, and his temper tantrum was great, and him setting himself on fire again with the sun. That was funny. I think Angel made the right choice smashing the ring. He would have started out using it to be invincible, but I think the sun would have been too much of a temptation, and he would have become a daytime person. Oh, and I think the reason that they put bandages on Angel when he gets hurt is just so that he doesn't bleed everywhere until he heals. It seems to take a little time, so in the meantime, they don't want him bleeding on the furniture and his clothes. You know what? I like that explanation, honestly.
It's the only one that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like I completely get them like removing bullets from him, because who wants to walk around with bullets in them? But I was with you as far as like bandaging the wounds, and this explanation, honestly, like I'm going forward, I'm probably not going to think twice about it based solely on Catherine.
It's still going to drive me crazy.
But yeah, I probably honestly won't think about it twice going forward based on this explanation. And I'm kind of upset with myself that I never chalked it up to that to begin with. I like this. So, this is a great episode. I'm going to give this episode 5 spikes with his hair on fire. Yeah, it was one of my favorites of
the first season for sure.
Yeah. Let's head over to the YouTubes and see what we have over there. And we will check in with our good friend S-Dubs. And she says, "Hi, hope to catch you before you record. Takes me 3 hours to listen, watch, and physically write the notes down. Only 4 pages this time. Then a separate 30 minutes to go over my notes and get them here." I love this. This makes me so happy that you guys are putting so much effort into these comments and your reviews. It literally, I can't even tell you how happy it makes me. And since you said you record on Saturdays, I wanted to sneak in here. Just didn't have time last night to type it on here. As usual, responding from last week, then get to anything relevant to this ep. First off, yes, I have a Facebook account. Good to know neither of you are creepy and already tried to check. Didn't we?
Did we though? No.
No, we didn't.
I definitely didn't.
No. I rarely use it. I have a few reasons.
What would I type in? S-Dub?
Right. Like what would we even?
S-Dub. Aha!
I rarely use it. I have a few reasons no one cares about, and no, not political reasons. LOL. I keep it around just in case anyone from high school needs to get a hold of me. Maybe I'll make an exception for you two, but it's not personal. My grandma keeps asking to be friends on there for years, and I keep denying her. Wow, that's fucking cold.
Well, we're not asking to be friends on Facebook. We're just saying follow the Buffy page that we have.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to friend us.
We're not looking to creep on you or anything.
Yeah, you don't have to friend us personally.
No. Unless you
'cause-
share nudes, then go ahead. I mean, that's no reason I'm friends with James.
And by nudes, he means actual pictures of noodles.
Yeah, noodles. What did you think?
No, I'm just clearing it up for anyone that might have thought anything unwholesome. He means noodles, pictures of.
Would I say anything unwholesome?
Spaghetti noodles, rigatoni noodles, lasagna noodles are his favorite, quite frankly. Ramen noodles, any kind of noodles. Yeah, he lives.
I can spank myself with.
He lives. Sometimes he'll message me and be like, "Hey, can you send me some pictures of lasagna noodles?" I'm like,
because you are the well-known lasagna noodle keeper.
Right. And I'm like, dude, like, why don't you just have some in your pantry that you can go look at? And he's like, it's not the same. I want to see your lasagna noodles. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, dude. Like,
and also,
this is a little weird, but okay.
Can you cook them a little bit for me too?
Right. He's like, and then I was like, send him a picture of the cremette noodle pasta box, and he'll be like, don't you have any Barilla? And I'll be like, dude, like, beggars can't be choosers, all right? And he's like, fine, take them out of the box for me. And I'm like, okay. So I take them out of the box and I send him another picture, and he's like, yeah, that's the stuff. Now put them in a pot with water. And I'm like, okay. And just, it gets progressively weirder from there.
It does.
As you can imagine.
And but yeah, listen, can you put a little bit of sea salt in there now in the water?
Right. And then he's like, you know, after he goes through the whole, boiling them phase, and then he's like, and then he'll be like, now layer them in the pan.
Yeah, lay one on top of the other.
Right. And he's like, but don't send me a picture of that. I want a video. I want to see you layering them in the pan.
Right.
So
and take one and smack yourself with it.
Right. So that's all he means. That's all. So that's all he means when he says only if you send nudes. Right. Nothing weird. He just wants pictures of noodles.
Noodles. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make an exception for you two, but it's not personal. My grandma has been asked for denying her. Yeah, that's cold.
What if grandma kicks it like tomorrow?
Right.
And you have to live with yourself the rest of your days, knowing that you did not let Granny be your friend on Facebook.
Right. You cry yourself. I should have let Meemaw be my Facebook friend. Why didn't I? Think
All I'm saying is think it through.
Think about it, S-Dubs.
It might come back to haunt you.
Think about it. And yes, she brings it up, but her and I bet she does.
She's like, she probably does. I gave birth to your mother. Like, you are on this planet because of me, and you can't be my fucking friend on
you won't accept my fucking Facebook friend request.
Do you know I sent that request 2 years ago, and I'll bet it's still sitting in your pending requests fucking thing? Right. I mean, what the fuck?
If I was your grandma, I would probably make sure you're not in the will.
She's probably like, you're disrespecting me. A little bit. Just a little bit.
little bit, you're disrespecting me. But her and I talk and text more than I ever get on Facebook, so don't go thinking I'm cold.
Late. We've already had another universe that we created in which you are out of the will and hateful.
So I think it's obvious I haven't previously read this particular comment.
I think it's obvious that I don't read any of these, so
I'm a night owl as well. Weekends, I go to bed around 2 a.m., but that's just because if it's later, I wake up later and then waste more of the day when places are open and I have to do human things.
oh, you go to she goes to places.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
You
Ooh.
know, you can get places to bring things to you.
Listen, you don't even need places. All you need is Amazon.
Right.
They
One
can
place.
bring you anything you want.
Right.
And
Right.
I do mean fucking anything.
Yeah, I ordered a hooker
Yes.
on
There's a
Amazon.
new option with Prime. It's called Amazon Black. You go there, you can buy crack.
Right. It's brought the dark web to your front door.
They will bring you black tar heroin straight to your front door. I'm just saying.
Right.
Need a
Right.
hitman? They can do that.
Amazon Black. Yeah. I mean, their motto should be dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
It is, James. It is.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Anyway.
Oh, I wasn't. I was getting some headbanging going, but you stopped.
Sorry. And have to do human things. Okay, so you go places and you do things? Mm.
S-Dub, seriously.
Mm.
We've gotta talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 2023.
Right. I hope you take up the opportunity to phone in or Skype into the show so we can discuss.
Find out what's going on. I think you've got S-Dub, what's wrong? Tell us what's wrong.
We can talk it through and figure it all out.
We can get you through this because there is no reason that you should be going places
and doing things
because, as I said,
in this day and age,
Amazon Black. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. A little bit.
I'm 34 and this bitch needs at least 7 solid hours. I have sleep issues, or I get.
Wait till you're 44 and you can't even get 3.5 uninterrupted. Look forward to it. It's going to happen. I didn't believe it when people told me, but you get in your 40s. Good sleep. Goodbye.
So I was talking to. Well, I'll tell you. I was talking to Darlene on Messenger the other day. She asked how I was doing, and I was like, I'm okay. I was like, I'm tired, but I'm always tired. And then I was like, nobody mentioned that being constantly tired was going to be a part of getting old.
And a thing that hits you like out of nowhere in your 40s.
Right. Last night I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 in the morning, and I was back up at 8.
Yeah, and you probably felt like you probably considered ending your life.
No, I mean I was tired, but I mean that's on the weekends, like Fridays and Saturdays, like that's typical for me. Like,
so you're just odd.
I am, yeah. Or I get.
See, I could sleep for like, I mean, I can't, but let's just say that I could sleep for 8 hours tonight.
Okay.
I will wake up after those 8 hours and feel like a corpse. Like I don't. It's horrible. It's horrible. The older I get, the less enjoyable sleep is.
They're like little slivers of death.
Yeah. Like 8-hour intro. It's like introduction to algebra, except it's introduction to the coffin.
Or I get sick. By the way, my autocorrect kept trying to make that S into a D. Tells you so much. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Stop flirting with me, S-Dub. Jeez. Gosh, that's so embarrassing.
Do it in private at least. Okay. And that's 3 cancels.
Helping the hopeless is such a horrible tagline for your biz. You're calling your clients hopeless, just in general. It also doesn't tell me he specializes in monster hunting either, so to be honest, I'm not sure how to market Mr. Angel's business. Helping the homeless, and we fight weird things too. Can't explain it, we can fight it, is the best tagline I've got for him. Also, not investigations. Inquires sounds fancier, but again, I'm not a PR marketing team. They have Cordy for that. Uh, Last thing, it's not just Angel. I do agree somehow incorporating them all, or just a blanket name for all of them. Not sure. Um, I, the thing is, I don't think you can't really throw yourself out there as monster hunters. Like, let's not forget, like,
It's LA.
well, yeah, but also let's not forget, like, that world is not supposed to be widely known by the general public.
And yet it is.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's LA. They could put on their business card, you know, we will let you fuck aliens. And they would be like, oh, there's an alien fucking agency over there. It's fucking LA, you know?
Right.
So I'm just saying, like,
Out of curiosity, I'm asking for a friend. How much would it cost to fuck an alien?
like $100.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, are you talking gray? Do you want a gray, or do you want another species? Because there's several species of aliens.
I mean, yeah. Well, not me, a friend.
Right.
I'm asking,
Your friend.
I'm asking for a friend would want to fuck a gray.
Now, a gray is only like 2.5, 2 3/4 feet tall. So it's like $50.
$50 for a gray.
Yeah.
Okay. What about, like, well, what are some other species?
Well, there are the lizard people.
Okay.
The reptilians, I guess, are a better call.
Mm-hmm.
Those are free because if you live through it, good for you.
Okay. So you just have to sign, like, a waiver of
there will be a lot
reliability.
There's a lot of paperwork. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like going down in the people that went down in the sub, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
they literally signed a paper that said we're probably going to die.
Right.
But let's go.
It's not your fault if we do.
Let's go for it anyway. I want to get inside of a Budweiser can and go 300 miles below the ocean, and things should be fine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about? Are there any other? Is that all?
Well, there's another type of gray, but they're much taller and they're very lanky, like lithe.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're around 6 feet taller, so I forget what the name of them, what they're called, but they're $100. Those are $100.
Those are the $100 jobbies.
Right.
Okay. But, like, no, like, ET type aliens.
No,
that's just a movie.
That's just movies. Come on.
That's just a movie. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Episode 3. Oh, wonderful! More domestic violence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, we escalated fast to attempted murder. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm already looking for Mr. Angel. Ah, cue the White Knight music. Spike, finally some zest, spice. All right, 1 point just for Spike and Oz being in this one. That monologue, I didn't ask for it, but I sure did enjoy the fuck out of it. But Nancy Boy hair gel, Spike, sir, your peroxide hair is sprayed down. Your hair lit on fire later in this ep so fast because of the hairspray. No, really, his hair is hardly ever out of place, even when it caught fire. It never moves. Spike, as usual, overly confident when his current track record is in the tank. Seth Green, love me some Oz. I mean, who doesn't? Actually, I want to know. That's a good question. I would like any
something like Oz. I don't think I don't want to know you.
Yeah, we want you to weigh in so that we know to avoid you and ban you.
Kick you off the page.
Right.
Make you a pariah.
Mm-hmm.
Start another Facebook group that's called "Look at this fucking idiot. He doesn't like Oz."
Right.
And,
we would actually dedicate a whole nother show to that.
Yeah.
To just you.
Like, what's the douchebag that doesn't like Oz up to today? That would be the name of the show.
Yeah. And we would record that show every day.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's a 7-day-a-week show.
Right. We actually wouldn't record it. We would just go on YouTube live and just do like a live update every day.
Every day. Like, guess what the douchebag that doesn't like Oz is today?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's fucking making noodles. And they're not even lasagna noodles.
Right. And he's not sending them to anybody. He's not taking pictures of them and sending them to anybody. He's just cooking them and eating them like some kind of freak.
Them and eating them like some kind of fucking ravenous freak.
Right.
Can you get over this fucking guy? This fucking little
fucking guy figures he doesn't like Oz. Just fucking cooking noodles and eating them. Yeah.
And he doesn't put anything on the noodles. He cooks them, puts them in a bowl, and eats them plain.
Does this Jag doesn't even put butter on them?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
They instantly just clump into a ball of fucking shit, and he fucking eats it.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of fucker that doesn't like Oz.
Thought you were going to say Smallville's theme song is the best, and for 0.1 seconds in my head, I was preparing to ghost on your pod.
Yeah, isn't that song, Can Somebody Save Me?
Okay. Yeah.
God, I hated that song. So I can't tell you how much I hated that song.
Love Smallville, though. I know you didn't watch. I loved Smallville. I was a big Smallville
fan. I can't comment on the show. I never watched it, but god damn, I hated that song. And it was probably like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before I even knew that song was, because that was a song that was on the radio.
Right.
And it wasn't made just to be their theme song. Right. Fuck, I hated that song.
Oz's lack of dialogue will never get old to me. However, this is about the most I've heard him speak, I think. I think that's part of what makes charm. Oz such a great character, is the fact that he doesn't talk very often, but when he does, it's like,
when he does, listen up.
Right.
Buffy has a really, really good recipe.
Right.
When he does talk. Killer cookie recipe.
Oh yeah, his chocolate chip cookie recipe, fucking phenomenal. I make it.
Snickerdoodle one.
Right. I have to make the snickerdoodles every year around holiday time.
Yep.
People are like, "Will you make the snickerdoodles?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll make the snickerdoodles."
You're like, "You talking about Oz's snickerdoodles?" And they're like, "Yeah," and you're like, "No, I'm not making those for you."
Right.
Those are only for me, you piece of shit.
Right.
How'd you get in my fucking house?
Right. Like, how did you get in?
I don't even who.
How did you get into my house, and how do you know I have Oz's snickerdoodle recipe?
And why are you masturbating while standing there talking to me?
Right.
Why is your dick out?
Right. Please, if you're gonna have your dick out, please step outside.
At least step out on my porch.
Right. You can do it, but at least step outside, please.
Right. I don't know you that well yet.
Right. Buffy motherfucking Ann Summers gives you a ring and you don't say thank you. She went through some trouble to make sure Spike didn't get it and gave this to her ex so that he can walk in the sun. And what does he do? Later, I'm with you full hard on 100% on this take, Jeremy.
Thank you. All it would have done is made him even better at what he already does.
So, see, I disagree, and I don't think it's just about like Angel's speech about how, there's already people to help. There's already help for people who dwell in the daytime, yada yada. I think in Angel's mind, this ring is false redemption. It's not the type of redemption he's seeking for what he's done.
Nothing to do with fucking redemption. But it's just a goddamn ring that lets you not die.
But to Angel, it is. But to Angel, it does symbolize some type of redemption. that
Well, then
he's
at the very
fighting
least,
for.
he should have just sent it back with his kind regards.
Well,
Like everything she went through to get it to him, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm smashing it with a rock." It's like, wow. So you've already smashed her heart,
oh, wow.
and now you're gonna smash this fucking ring.
Also, like, at what everything she went to get it to him, gave it to Oz, who was going to LA anyway.
No, I'm saying that the whole episode of getting the goddamn thing. Like there was a whole episode about it.
From Spike, who she handily beat to get the ring.
But still, she made sure that he got the ring, and he's just like, fuck this. Her ideas are so stupid. She's such a woman. I'm gonna break this ring.
I don't think his thought process had anything to do with Buffy's ideas or the fact that Buffy was a woman.
He's a misogynistic fucking piece of shit, okay? The sooner you realize that, the sooner you will realize that Spike is a superior character.
Okay.
See what I did there?
Yeah. And I can't even retaliate with certain things because they're so far ahead in the series spoilers.
That's right.
That's
right.
Fisticuffs. Spike. Come on, bro. Oh, hold on. Come on, bro. You can fight better than this. Becoming Part 2 showed it. Fun fact, you can roast me on I've never seen Star Wars. Really. One movie with Liam, Natalie, Hayden, can't remember which one. Which one in the trilogy either. Space never really interested me. Actually, it scares me a bit. Jeremy just quit the show because of this. S-dub. So I hope you're happy. It's just me now.
Yeah, I don't know. You think you fucking know somebody, and they say something insane like that.
It had to have been Phantom Menace she saw, right?
I didn't even hear. I just, as soon as you said I've never seen Star Wars, I took my headset off. Seriously.
Well,
I'll read the rest of it and I'll tell you. I don't know.
She said she's only seen one movie. It was with Liam, Natalie, and Hayden.
Yeah, that was Phantom Menace.
But Hayden wasn't in Phantom Menace.
Oh, no, yeah. But if she knows it was Liam, it was Phantom Menace.
Yeah, because Liam was only in Phantom Menace.
Yeah. And Hayden wasn't in until episode 2 and 3.
Right.
So the Star Wars movie
side note
doesn't exist.
Side note, yeah, it doesn't exist. That stuff. I don't know what you saw, but it wasn't.
I don't know what you saw, but it was probably on YouPorn, and it was called Star Bones.
Star Bones, yeah.
And
Star Wars.
Right, and it was directed by George Schwingus. So yeah, it's not the same.
Sidetrack. Are you watching Ahsoka?
I was in the middle of episode. I'm behind, way behind, but I'm in the middle of episode 2 as we speak. Well, I was literally watching episode 2 when it was time to get on here and do this. Not really. I was watching. I was. Have you watched it all? Are you like current?
Yeah.
Okay. I just to the part where I stopped, where I paused to record was they have just, the bad guys have just unlocked the map.
Okay.
And they're like, he sends his, whatever she is, his apprentice to Corellia to prepare something, and then Ahsoka is on her ship playing Monopoly by herself. I don't even know what was happening there.
You watched the Obi-Wan series, right?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Does a bear masturbate in the woods?
Yes.
Okay.
Presumably.
There you go. Actually, I did read a thing not too long ago that scientists now believe bears actually do masturbate.
Wow.
Not with they use like trees or rocks and shit, and they just dry hump it.
Okay then.
Interesting.
I
The same
wouldn't
way I do it. The same, when I masturbate, I go outside to find a tree
and just gyrate against a tree until you nut.
I hump a tree until the cops come, and then I use one of their legs.
And because you can't reach climax unless you're being tased.
Right, unless I'm being harmed in some way, and yelled at and cuffed, then I can reach my full potential. Cancel. That's like the 4th or 5th cancellation.
This is what every episode of these comments is gonna turn into.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what every episode of our show has ever been turned into.
I wouldn't call Spike dumb per se. Impulsive, impatient, yes. Angel is 200 years young, and part of those is when he had a soul. You can't go out in the daytime when places are open. So yeah, I'm sure you read a lot. Also, he's not getting any, but assumed right-handed Mr. Angel himself. So yeah, he would know about the gem. I believe it. It works for me. I think she's implying that Angel masturbates.
No.
In this paragraph. Yeah.
Do you think that's why he keeps all the blood in his refrigerator? He uses that for lube?
Oh my God.
Or does he use his own tears?
Stop it. Can he cry?
Oh, he can cry.
He doesn't have working tear ducts.
How do you know?
He's a vampire.
He can bleed.
True. What actually...
He has a working digestive system because he drinks coffee.
True. Without actually going back, I thought in graduation day he didn't tell her where he was going because he wasn't sure himself. Yeah, that's right.
Why don't you both go fuck yourselves? How about that?
Angel called her in his first ep. So to me, it's inferred that he contacted Giles, most likely, about where he settled just in case they need him. Yeah, that's what I've always assumed too. Angel
does.
Angel called Buffy's house, not dorm, right? I don't know. I buy it. It's probably me, but the torture scenes were snoozeville, except Spike. Just can't help from being one hell of a drama queen, telling about Buff's sexploits to Mr. A. Shame. Game of Thrones reference. I just don't.
Ding, ding, ding,
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh.
I just don't connect. I just don't connect helping the normies storylines in each ep. I don't care about Rachel, Linda, whoever they were. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's early on. The show's still trying to establish itself and what it's all about and whatnot, and like that's essentially the crux of the show is Angel going out and helping these people. So you kind of have to feature it in the episodes at some point. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Random. Is Doyle gone yet? No? All right, I'll check next week.
You don't have to wait too long.
Oz. Oh, wow. Double fisting crossbows? Hot. Might I say his wheels...
you got me at double fisting. I'm sorry.
Might I say his wheels are very utilized. I'll say this, 100% appropriate response to knowing kids are in real danger. Running the motherfucker down. I love watching background characters. The lifeguard kept cracking me up. What was the lifeguard doing?
I don't know. Now I'm going to have to go back and fucking look.
I'm not going to go back and look, but S-Dubs, fill me in. What was the lifeguard doing? Let me know.
He was shaving his legs.
Warning.
Listening to a cassette Walkman.
Oh my God. Not you. Her next comment. I really should proof these so I can be prepared.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Warning. I'm going to complain hard, like James when he sees David Boreanaz half naked.
Oh!
let me get this all straight. Want to make sure I didn't watch 2 hours of meaningless trash. Both shows are guilty. We get a kind of crap ep from Buffy, which only exists to set up this episode, only to have Angel not wear the ring. He motherfucking destroys it. I hear and understand, James, where you are and where the writers were coming from, but what a complete waste of time then. Waste of a future item, bringing it back in later on, or to give it to another. Wouldn't have been hard to write how Doyle hid it from him, and then Doyle bites the bucket, and then Angel needs the ring once for whatever reason and tries to find where Doyle hid it. Just saying that gem had potential. Could have also had Spike get it, and they find out how to not make the wearer invincible. I felt like my time was wasted. Honestly, that ring could have had more use as a cock ring.
And also, just really quick, why would you okay, when Spike first got it, why put it on your finger so they can just pull it off? Fucking swallow the fucking thing. And then literally you're invincible forever.
Maybe it doesn't work that way.
Sure it does.
Who says?
I asked Joss Whedon.
Oh, okay.
And he verified.
Was that before or after he was sexually harassing his actresses? During?
That was before.
Just saying. Now that would be an interesting storyline. I swear to God, here at the end when James is asking Jeremy questions, I start answering right before. And Jeremy, it's like we have one brain sometimes.
What question are you asking me?
I have no idea.
Oh.
That's good. That's good.
She's twisted too.
That's good because Jeremy is really only sporting a quarter of a brain. So.
Wow, that's actually more than I've been given credit for before. So I'll take it.
Rating 2.75 out of 5 red hot steely pokers. Spike and Oz just couldn't save my annoyance with breaking the ring. I think I gave Buffy around the same, so it's totally fair. Can't wait to hear from you two. Have a good weekend and hear you on Monday.
Yeah, the breaking the ring thing, dude. I'm sorry. We don't need to go into it again, but that's just
right. No, I mean, it's okay to be wrong.
Okay.
Now let's dive into comments for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4, Episode 4, Fear Itself. First we have S-Dub, and she says, come on, god damn it. She didn't say that.
Whoa, she says, come on, god damn it. How many times I gotta write this?
She posted one comment, and it said, I decided to listen halfway just to hear what you two had to say to me. Just you wait until I write all my crap down. James, you're absolutely unhinged this episode. Was I?
Oh. I don't recall. Obviously you were.
It's possible. You two are usually so far off about me. I never had a MySpace, and the thaw and raw bagel bite was a joke. People debate what is the best way to cook those, so I was trying to be funny about it. Throwing something off and making it better than the microwave, or thawing something off and making it better than the microwave, because everyone knows the microwave super cooks the outside, but the inside, the cheese is barely melted. Ugh, now I'm over explaining it. Just never mind. I'll post my stuff in a couple days.
Now, see, I don't know if I agree with that. I always found that if you microwave something, like especially like a fucking what do they call those things? Pizza rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Like the outside will be like ass cold, and then the inside kills you.
Right. Yeah.
You pass away as soon as you bite into it.
Right, because it's like molten lava.
It's literally lava
in your gullet.
Yeah, and you die.
Right, you just die instantly, instant death.
You dust like a
You're
like a vamp.
like a vampire. You're done. You're done. You're done. And then she posted her full response or full review.
Okay.
Sup fart knockers and a special
Whoa.
hided.
Why do I got to be a fart knocker? What did I do?
Your dick.
Well, that's true.
So see, and a special hi to Darlene and Catherine. I'm glad our listeners are friends with each other.
Yeah, except they're in arms against us.
Well, I mean,
so we're gonna need to create an army.
I thought we were, but unfortunately,
if they turn against us, we're fucking fucked.
I thought we were building an army. Unfortunately, the army has chosen to fight against us.
Right. So now when they really come for us, we're fucked.
We are. We only have ourselves to blame, Jeremy.
I guess. I'll blame you.
This is what we get for building an army out of sassy, strong-willed women.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm gonna become a misogynist.
Jeremy, I gotta know, who's your man crush? Who tickles your pickle of the male variety? But honestly, I'm dying to know your taste. Are you a Gerard Butler guy? Ryan Reynolds? I'm fascinated at this point because I want to see what the Jeremy, and then in parentheses she says male gaze sees. What the fuck am I?
Wait, hang on. In the parentheses it said what?
Male.
Right?
Like Jeremy male gaze sees. But like, what the fuck am I?
You don't count as a person.
Clearly. Clearly.
You're not what's the word? You're not human.
Like, I don't, like, what? I'm a dude too. Like, what?
Oh man.
Or is it maybe, I'm genuinely curious, why only Jeremy? Is it because I've made my preferences known at this point? Is that
because
possible?
You talk nonstop about everybody and everything you want to fuck?
Is it because if you're sporting 3 inches or under, you're not considered a male? Is that I don't know.
You saying? Okay. So she wants to know my man crushes. Wow.
Yeah.
None of the ones she listed.
Really, even Ryan Reynolds.
I like Ryan Reynolds, but I wouldn't say I have a man crush on him. Maybe, good old AP.
Adrian Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod.
Okay. Like if push came to shove, you'd toss him the high hard one.
Like if we were in prison for life.
Right.
Yeah, I'd bunk with him.
Okay. Okay. That's a good choice. Adrian Paul is a very attractive man.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't ever sit and think about who my man crush would be though, so I don't really know. But it wouldn't be who was the first one she said?
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, Gerard Butler, no. Ryan Reynolds, no. I like Ryan Reynolds, he cracks me up, but no. That wouldn't be my they wouldn't be my gay flavor.
Okay. Me?
Oh God, no. I wouldn't fuck you with a stolen dick.
Son of a bitch. You really know how to hurt a guy.
I've already had you. It's old news. Shh. What the fuck, bro?
Come on, man. Since Jeremy says only he can divulge spoilers, may we crown him as the spoiler king? This episode is so damn heavy with foreshadowing, it's unreal.
Well, only know what's to come, though.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're a first time watcher, I don't think you would catch any of it.
Buffy has never been a good friend. However, I don't think she was to her other ones when she lived in LA. So she's really bumpy at it, and also Slayer stuff singles her out emotionally. Don't get me wrong, I won't make excuses for her because she is the secret-keeping queen. Those secrets are usually huge and dangerous and affect the lives around her. But I will give it to Buffy. She doesn't seem to give much crap to others who have kept things from the group, except Giles and that Slayer test. But that's because she knows she'd be a hypocrite. Yeah, I mean, we've talked many times about how Buffy's really not a good friend.
No, and she was a total Cordelia when she was in LA.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Willow is an only child as well, right? What about Xander? Out of the countless...
No. Willow has a sibling, but he was locked away. He's in a quiet place.
It's a quiet place.
His name was William.
Out of the countless times I've watched the series, I don't recall siblings for him, just home issues. If he is an only child, how weird is it that all three of them are, but Buffy acts the most only child syndrome?
Yeah, I've never even thought about that. They are all only child.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder they are all friends and no one else likes them.
Right. I think part of what we view as Buffy having only child syndrome
is she an only child though, James?
Comes from the fact that she also had this whole entire other life before she was the Slayer, where she was like queen shit. Like she was
Cordelia.
She was the center of her universe.
Yeah.
So I think that lends a lot to Buffy's quote unquote only child syndrome.
But then the dawn comes.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Did you see what I did there?
I did. I saw what you did there.
Okay.
I agree. I know Willow is only trying to help, but if I was humped and dumped, shagged and bagged, rammed and scrammed, nailed and bailed, I wouldn't be in the mood to meet more men.
What about slapped and crapped?
What?
I don't know.
The homegirl isn't trying to repeat the damn mistake so quickly.
Humped and dumped.
Humped and... She said that one, didn't she? She said humped and dumped, yeah.
Oh.
Pay attention, Jeremy.
Sorry, get my shit together.
Homegirl isn't trying to repeat the damn mistake so quickly. Bringing her to a party sounds like going back to the circle, but hey, what do I know? Senor Giles looks so cute, though. Cultural appropriation aside, man can rock a sombrero. You should see him in black fishnets and a bodice.
With a feather duster.
Mm-hmm.
What about screwed and spewed?
No one says that.
No.
Again, Anya again.
Left.
Spit roasted.
Whoa. Okay.
Anya again showing up with no invite, pushing Xander. I think it's because the writers are just trying to get a feel for the character. We know Anya to be a blunt 1,000-year-old now ex-demon, so why is she playing girl games with Xander? Only makes sense to me that the writers just haven't figured out what role she's going to play in the gang and integrating her strong personality. Like I've said, I don't like early Anya, but she grows on me, so probably the writing in my case. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before. I agree with that. I think the writers were kind of struggling with how to fit her into what was happening and the gang and everything.
All I want to say is I wish Emma Caulfield would play girl games with me. I'm just saying.
Professor Walsh is a pretentious, creepy, you'll hear about it from me in later eps, whore. And that is all I have to say about that. Forrest Gump voice. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, come on, Buffy. Commando dudes with real guns with masks on? That doesn't seem like something you should check out.
That's what I said. I think, well, maybe, I don't remember if I said that in the episode, but I think I did. And if not, that's what I was like, she can clearly tell these are real guns.
Right.
Like, and she, yeah, whatever.
All right, guys, there's just no other way, no other possible explanation. Xander must be Meg size. See, here's how I worked it out. Faith is used to all kinds of foreign dick, so a Meg is whatevs to her. But to Anya, I think I think girl is hooked. But I refuse to believe Xander is some big O hero, though.
No, he's not bringing the O face.
No.
But he's probably leaving him dilated 5 centimeters.
Oh yay,
That's
Willow!
literally the only thing he's got going for him.
Right. Oh yay, Willow! You found the stairs, girl. Don't you know that going up the stairs in any TV or movie is just no good? Nothing good will come of it for you.
Yep.
And here we are to the point of the ep, their fears and what it represents. First up, Xander. His fear, as we can see, is not being seen and being left behind by his friends. His friends are moving forward and are in college, and he still hasn't figured out what to do exactly. Also, the writers have Anya point this out a couple times to him, so it's very blunt to us this season. Yeah, I mean, everything you said there is spot on. I mean, um, I also have some weird food idiosyncrasies, and I do have a beef one as well, kinda. I love cheeseburgers. The beef, if all loose like in spaghetti, grosses me out. Meatballs I'm okay with. Beef stroganoff? Nope. Tater tot casserole? Nope. Do I have ground beef often? Nope. Please go nuts, pun intended, with beef jokes.
Well, I love, and we call it when I grew up, hamburger cheese whiz tater tot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fire ass dish. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's got their weird thing, especially with food. Everybody's got their little
Right.
idiosyncrasies. So
Yeah. Oz is feared, not being able to control the savage, rabid, wild beast within. He worries one day he'll hurt Willow or someone, and he doesn't understand the wolf in him. It's terrifying for him. Yeah, again, spot on. Odd thought while looking at notes and typing this. Willow was Joan of Arc. Didn't she get burned at the stake? Recalling the gingerbread ep here, I wonder if that was intentional. They love to do that in this series, foreshadowing and nods to previous episodes. Yeah,
well, okay. They kind of alluded to it in the episode too that she's Joan of Arc, who was burned as a witch, which Willow is.
Right.
And who was Joan of Arc supposedly closest to? God.
Right.
And Oz was being God. So
right. But yeah, I think it's entirely possible that they were sort of kind of alluding back to the gingerbread episode with that. Yeah,
good call, James.
It wasn't me. It was us dub. Willow's fear is clear, losing control of her magic. But it's deeper, I think. Willow wanted to be helpful besides the tech chick, so she gets interested in witchcraft. She's studious, and we've seen her progress, and that's given her confidence. She's starting to find herself and excelling at the craft kind of fast now, and that delights and worries her. Power is fun until it's too much, and everything crumbles down. So she wants control of it now before she can't control herself, really. No, power is always fun. There's never a downside to having too much power. Right?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Ultimate power would preferably.
Sure, yeah. Ultimate power.
Unlimited power! Sorry.
Buffy's fear, which was stated by Bent Neck Guy, being alone and isolated, being the supposed only slayer. I could imagine how lonely it would feel, how stressful. You have powers when others don't. You're looked to as a leader just because of that. Just everything encompassing being a slayer is something only she and Faith, LOL, can understand. Roll all of it up, the monsters, power, end of the world, Hellmouth, etc. And what I think is the hardest to grapple with for her at this point is that she didn't choose this life. Yes, she's getting better at accepting the role, but this role she didn't accept. has made her isolated and lonely. She is lucky to have friends who help. She has lived this long because of all of them. Oh, also, since she's Queen Secret Keeper, she deep down wonders when will that take a toll on her. Yeah, I mean, I don't
again.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with any of that. I think that's always been, uh, um, you know, an underlying thing with the show is Buffy's, you know, um, the isolation that Buffy feels as the Slayer. So, um, Daddy Giles needs to hold a chainsaw every ep. Yes, thank you, SW. Thank you. Here's how I view the chainsaw dealio. I liked how they used practicality instead. No door, make one. I get what you're saying, Jeremy. Who carries a chainsaw with them in their go-to bag? Also, I see it as a quick way to free everyone because this ep was about their fears and decided to spend more time on that. I know, not hard to find a spell and get the crap, and Giles and Anya go. And anyway, that gave us Giles being daddy with a chainsaw, so who the fuck am I to complain? Yeah, don't complain. Because anytime we can see Giles being daddy is a good time.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Liked how they ended the episode light and funny and made sure we didn't think too much on it. We saw on the ep we saw, even though they laid some groundwork in this one. Yes, the bunny thing will never be forgotten, and I quite enjoy the ongoing joke throughout the series. 3.75 out of 5 uncarved pumpkins. Pretty enjoyable. Hopefully you both aren't getting sick of me. By the way, I lost it at Cleveland Steamer, and I got lost in my head with all the names I learned when I was young. Alabama Hot Pocket, Blumpkin, German Knuckle Cake, Pittsburgh Platter, Bulgarian Gas Mask, Rusty Trombone, Minivan. I hope some of you look these up just for a laugh. Toodaloo. I personally don't have to look any of them up. I'm familiar with all of them.
Let me share a couple. The Cincinnati bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
The orc claw.
Mm-hmm.
The Armenian war goggles.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's coming to mind right now, but there's a few more if you don't know them.
All right, let's head on over to Facebook for where am I? For Fear Itself and our comments over there. And there are none. We have no comments on Fear Itself on Facebook. So let's move on to Angel. On to Angel.
Season 1, episode 4.
Episode 4, I Fall to Pieces. And let's start over there on Facebook. And we have nothing there. On Facebook for that. So let's hop over to YouTube and see. We have, of course, our good friend S-Dub. And she says, "Hey, butt munches," again. Wow.
Again with the insults.
Wow.
It hurts.
I like it.
James does like to be mistreated.
Mistreat me, daddy. I was gonna skip the intro, but my dog seemed enamored, LOL, so I couldn't skip it. Oh, poor me. Your dog has great taste in theme music, then. This is all I have to say.
I don't understand. The dog, you were going to skip the what?
She was going to skip the intro, the theme music to the show, to Angel.
Gotcha.
But the dog seems to like it. Your dog has great taste.
Yeah, it is a good intro theme.
Arguably better taste than you.
Whoa. Staying out of that one.
I'm totally the office guy. No one ever sends me flowers. Tell your husband to get on that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, drops.
You don't have that guy under your thumb? I mean, what the hell?
Right.
Are you even trying?
Right. Like, come on. If you're dropping subtle hints, stop being subtle about it. Leave him a fucking sticky note right on the bathroom mirror that says, "Send me flowers at work, motherfucker."
And then you know what happens if he doesn't.
Right. And then you fill in the blank. Whatever punishment you deem necessary for the man.
A little bit.
TCB, take care of business. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
3 pills. Okay, looking to get loopy. Don't be driving now. Oh my fucking god, Tranks? What the fuck? No, it wouldn't do much for anxiety, but maybe a sleep that lasts a week. Oh man, a week-long sleep sounds heavenly.
It wouldn't help me. I'd wake up in a week and still feel like shit.
1 date, all I see is a man who is committed. Sarcasm. It tells us all we need to know about you and your husband, S-Dub.
Whoa.
Thumbs up emoji if you need help.
Actually, he probably needs the help.
He might need the help.
S-Dub's it's S-Dub after all.
S-Dub's husband. Buffy Revisited at gmail.com if you need help.
Eggplant emoji if you need help.
Eggplant emoji if you need help. Oh my fucking god, a cat couldn't scratch it. So much wood you could build a log cabin. I've never heard of those. I'm freaking dying laughing.
Really? Those are those.
You're right.
That's so hard a cat can't scratch it. That's old.
This motherfucking doctor is like Santa. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you masturbate.
He knows when you take a dump. I mean, that's creepy.
Kate is just salivating for Mr. Angel's dick. Who freaking asks a question like that to someone you barely know? Oh, great job at flirting, Kate. 2 thumbs up. Sarcasm. I swear to God, if Mr. Angel dips his rod into that, I'm done, guys. Not her or Cordy. Not cool with the rape.
Don't think he does. Ever.
Not cool with the rapey vibes. I truly am a survivor of this kind of sexual assault, and let me say I felt icky for lack of a better word. Who wrote this ep? Well, if you were paying attention at the beginning of the episode, you would know, S-Dub.
Wow.
Because every week I give what we like to call, in case you're unfamiliar, dates and deets, where we cover those types of things.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. Was it Joss Whedon?
I don't remember who wrote this up.
Well, if you paid attention to the fucking show we do every week, we do a little thing called Dates and Motherfucking Deets. Dick.
It was David Greenwald and Joss Whedon.
There you go. Does
anything
more need to be said?
End of story. Now we know.
I would go so far as to say probably every episode in this universe that has sexual assault or domestic violence or anything in it is probably at least co-written by Joss Whedon.
Yeah. So she's just gonna do nothing but scream while the cop is getting pathetically choked. You pieced out. Okay, where's Mr. Angel? Wait, no, this guy could have been saved. What's she supposed to do? I mean, honestly, you just see two
floating hands. You can't fucking help a guy out and be like, yo, let me grab these hands and I'll pull them the opposite direction so they're not choking out.
Dude, come on. If you saw 2 disembodied hands just floating in the air there, you're gonna piece the fuck out.
Nah, I'm not scared of hands. I ain't scared of hands.
Whatever.
Now, if it was 2 floating feet, I am the fuck. I'm all down the street.
Whatever. You're gonna be scared of these hands when you catch them. Yeah.
Ow. What's with all the violence today from you? No. 2 hands, I wouldn't be, but feet, yes. I'm out. I'm gone.
No, dude. Listen. I can take a lot of shit, but if I see any disembodied body part just floating around there, I'm done. Goodbye.
But this is a man that needs help.
So?
I thought you wanted to be Batman. And a couple of little floating hands is going to turn you into a fucking sissy girl.
I do want to be Batman in that I want to beat mentally unstable people and put them in the hospital.
But if they have 2 floating hands, you're done. I'm
out. I'm out.
They win. They win automatically.
Shit starts to get supernatural and weird. I'm peacing out.
Okay. At least we know your weakness now. So make note of that.
Would they have his prints, though? I thought in the beginning they said Pervy McGee had a squeaky clean record. They shouldn't have his prints in the database. I don't know. Yeah. Is it me, or does it seem like this bad guy isn't really all that dangerous compared to what they've been through?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
lived at a hellmouth. This is nothing.
How would 2 severed hands, I said this in the episode, like have leverage and be able to, choke a motherfucker? You know what I mean? It's like,
right. No, I get that aspect of it, but I'm sorry, like just random floating body parts? No,
only
thank you.
Only if it's feet, then I'm peacing out too.
What if it's a penis, Jeremy?
I'm gobbling that thing down. I'm just, and it's, and I win. I'm not kidding.
What a funny joke. I'm dead serious.
I'm completely serious.
I am completely serious. I am gobbling that knob. I'm not waiting for it to float into my mouth. I'm actively going after it.
But if it's feet, I'm gone. I'm out. Feet just fucking disgust me.
What is with these Angel one-liners? He's so scary. Grr, arg. There's no effing way that drug is going to work. He specifically said circulatory system, and you need a pumping heart for that. So F off, Dr. Creeper. Angel is a good actor. And
yet he can get shot and bleed.
Yeah, I mean...
Explain that.
It's like, that's an issue that Jeremy and I brought up with this episode. And, I agree with Jeremy. I don't think Angel was just acting. Because I
think shit was fucking him up.
Yeah, because we saw from his perspective, and things were getting all blurry and woozy, so... Yeah.
I just think he knew that it wasn't going to kill him, or if it did kill him, it wasn't going to last very long, because, vampire.
Right. Wait, this is for real? Proceeds to leave the room. Okay, I need someone to please explain to me Buffy and Angel vampire rules. I thought I had a handle on Buffy, but what the fuck? I mean, it really. I understand in season 3, Faith shot the specifically poisoned arrow into his heart meant to kill vamps, but this? I can't. No, I won't buy it. I'm sorry. 2 major rants in a row. I'm not trying to be annoying, honest. I just need to know.
Well, you're failing. No, I have said this for so long that the rules either keep changing or they don't make sense to me as far as the immortality and I think they just do whatever the fuck they want in the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we need him to be able to get, and they just do it. And I'm like, motherfucker, no. You need to have a set of fucking rules that you follow, What do you do?
I just need to know the official rules, then I can accept and proceed. Again, I don't think there are any official rules.
There
It's
never were. That's what's
whatever.
That's the number one most aggravating thing to me about the Buffyverse is that
Right.
you're just like, you know.
Right. It's like Jeremy said, whatever fits their need in the moment.
And different demons have to, like every type of demon you come across has to be killed a different way. You know,
Right.
this one's you have to behead. This one's you have to sever into 83 pieces and burn. This one, you know, this one you have to cut its right leg off, ship it to China, hump it, bring it back, reattach it, and it dies of an STD.
Right.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't
Right.
fucking.
It's kind of like, and well, it's not as prevalent in Highlander, but like the rules of immortality sometimes get a little sketchy too. I
They
mean,
were a lot less fast, and they were a lot
it
less fast and loose in Highlander, though.
it is way more consistent overall. But I
Yeah,
mean, even you have to admit, like, okay,
a
sometimes
little bit.
right, like sometimes Duncan would get shot and he'd be out for a minute. Sometimes he'd get shot and he'd be out for, you know, hours, you know.
Or sometimes he'd get shot and not go down at all.
Right.
See, I always chalked that up to where he got shot or how many times he got shot.
Yeah.
That's what I always chalk that up to. But it's a lot less. They're a lot. I think in Highlander, they're a lot better at following.
Oh, it's way more consistent, definitely.
Yeah, a consistent pattern of rules than this. This just never does. The Buffyverse has never had like, because anything anybody tries to bring up, I can find something that directly contradicts that.
Right. Oh, Cordy. Just because someone is a doctor doesn't mean they're a good one or a good person. Was around good and bad, ones that abuse their power, others that actually care. I just don't get impressed by a job or how much it makes. That don't impress me much. Yeah, I had to say it. So could he take off something else, like Lorena Bobbitt himself? Just curious. I don't want to see it or anything.
He does, in
Don't
fact, have a detachable penis.
don't you though?
He has a detachable penis. We know this.
Nightly emission. She wakes up and wonders why the bed sheet is so stiff. Because you were talking about how the victim of the week was sleeping in Angel's bed
Oh yeah,
under
yeah,
his nightly emission sheets.
yeah. You're like, wow, these are really itchy and kind of crusty.
Why are they so stiff? Oh, good. So glad it wasn't me. It wasn't just me having an issue with a non-beating heart and things being injected. Oh, stay there, Mr. Angel, and not burst into flames. Well, you destroyed the fucking ring. I don't want any bitchin'.
Yeah,
I had no words for the teeth. I paused my TV. I had to sit for a few seconds to realize what they just did. I absolutely cried and snorted laughing. The fight scene was utter hilarious chaos, so damn stupid and weird. I give this 2.92 out of 5 disembodied body parts. Final fight definitely gave it a bump.
if you could throw your teeth at somebody like that, would you?
Yeah.
Like and they just, and then you're just like, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
would. Especially at people like that. Say you're in line at a grocery store, and the person in front of you wants to write a check.
Yeah.
They're catching the teeth.
Oh yeah. Um, I'm sorry, Darlene. At least we still have Buffy. I just can't get into this, but like a marriage, I'm committed to this family. So you watch, I watch.
Yeah, you'll trust me. We've said. I know. I said this before, but it's true. This show gets Angel. I'm telling you, it's so fucking good. It gets so good when it really finds its footing, and the story arcs become more season long kind of arcs where everything starts, getting interwoven. And I'm telling you, this show is fucking good. The first season, like any first season to almost any show, is a little bit, it's a little bit
Yeah, I mean, listen, I pretty much adore the entire first season of Angel. There's some episodes that are gonna rate less, of course.
See, it's like I adore the first season of Highlander, and whereas most people don't,
Right. Obviously, there's going to be some episodes that rate less and some episodes that rate higher. But I will agree that in the overall scheme of the Angel series, it is a weak season.
Oh yeah.
It's not a strong first season. But again, most shows don't have a strong first season.
Yeah.
So
most
unless
they're coming from an established, say, book series already or comic series already, and they already, it's strong already,
Right. So and that's it for our comments.
Too bad Darlene decided to delete all of hers.
Yeah, this could have been a 5-hour show instead of a 3-hour show.
Instead of a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour. We just keep saying that.
Just keep saying that. But yeah. I honestly hope that this new format with the comments works out, and people are happy with it and do keep their comments coming. I did enjoy doing it this way much more than trying to deal with the comments.
Rush through it before an episode.
Rush through it before an episode, because I do feel it really gave us more of an opportunity to discuss everybody's comments and add our additional thoughts and whatnot, and kind of revisit our feelings about the episodes. So again, I foresee enjoying doing it this way going forward. One long episode at the end of the month, kind of covering everybody's comments, and going over it. Do you have anything to add, Jeremy?
No, I agree with what you say. And I think this is going to work out a lot better. And yeah, that's it. That's all.
As a reminder, and I'll probably start throwing this reminder in at the end of every episode period. We will be recording the next listener mail until we come up with something better to call it. The next listener mail episode between October 24th and October 29th to drop on November 1st. So if any of you want to be an active part of that episode, be it calling in to discuss your comments and other people's comments, or Skyping in to do the same, please reach out to us at BuffyRevisited.com, and we will, by we I mean me, will reach back out, and we will come up with a time and a plan to make that happen, so that we can all get together and do that recording. And I sincerely hope you guys take us up on that offer. I really,
I for one am just tired of talking to James.
I really think it would add a whole nother dimension to this, and be extremely exciting for Jeremy and I. I know, I think I said it earlier, when I pitched that aspect of this idea to Jeremy about having, you guys call in or Skype in to participate with us, he was just as excited about it as I was when the idea occurred to me. So that is something we would both definitely like to see happen. So hopefully you guys, someone or all of you will take us up on that, and we can make that happen. Otherwise, we'll keep doing this once a month, going over everybody's comments and thoughts and reviews, and just kind of enjoying the hell out of it.
Indubitably. All right. Well, with all that being said, join us next week as we will get back into our normal deal, and which will be season 4, episode 5 of Buffy, Beer Bad.
Yes.
And do you have anything you want to close on anything? You have anything else you want to say, or
no?
Okay. Well, then I am the terror that flaps in the night.
And I'm fucking James.
Ta-ta.